All right, we're here.
Hi everybody. It's fucking Brynley here. The beanie fucking wanker. Here with my awesome co-host Ryan. How you going, Ryan?
Oh yeah, good guys. How you going?
Yeah, that was gay. Yeah, it's AusHammer. We're back again. Another Monday night. Here we are. 30K tonight. It's gonna be exciting. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. We've got a lot of news. We've got a lot of CanCon. We've got a lot of Las Vegas Open information. We've got a lot of crazy shit that GW's dropped on us. And then we've got these two crazy dudes who are going to tell us about fucking 30K. So, for all of you who like 30K, it's your lucky night. For those of us who don't have much experience with this somewhat exciting part of the hobby, it's going to be a learning experience. The only thing I really know about 30K is that everyone seems to have pro-patent armies. So, we'll see about that, but it's pretty good. It's gonna be pretty exciting. Ryan, what have you done in the hobby? What have you done in the hobby this week?
Well, I've nagged you for about a good solid 2 fucking hours the past 7 days to finish painting my Hurricanum.
No, that's not gonna happen.
How's that? Yeah, that's not hobby. That's not your hobby.
Yeah.
That's
How much nagging have you done this week? Yeah,
I've done
so
like
that's
2 hours.
So that's 2 hours of nagging. What other nagging have you done? Is that the only nagging? I want to know more about the nagging.
Does it count if I've been nagged?
No.
No.
Oh,
It's only how much nagging you were responsible for.
I'm responsible for a lot of nagging. Ask Brynley. Ask
2 hours.
Oh, dude.
Right. That's like when you know, like shows or podcasts or whatever you listen to, and they go, "Oh, what have you done in the hobby?" And they're like, "Oh, just buying stuff count." And you're like, "Yeah, that counts as hobby."
That does not fucking count as hobby. Who says that?
Well, nagging doesn't count either. Nagging doesn't count either, mate. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, so I've spent about 5 minutes sitting here thinking about how Tim can go fuck himself. But I've also
that counts.
I've built some archive for AOS, and these guys are primed and ready to go. So that's
What is it? What is it?
They're Morghast Archive. They're death guys.
Oh yeah.
So
they were in 8th ed, like as I don't know, Nagash's friends or something like that.
Did you build those yourself, Ryan?
They're his bum boys for sure.
Did you build those yourself, like without any help?
I did. To the point where one of the Warrior Legion guys, Ash, and I'll call him out on fucking cast, said
Warrior
that if
Legion
I built
guy.
the second one, within an hour or 2 hours or something, he'd phone book himself. So I've got it in writing. He has to phone book himself.
What's that?
We've changed it. He needs to smash himself in the face with an 8th edition book. So
It's gonna be so good.
that's a soft cover there. That's a soft cover. You need
We hope you bleed.
actually, you know what? No, we'll get the 30K book because that's solid as fuck. That thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs to be a hardcover.
Yeah, we
like
can do that.
Black book for sure.
can't just let him like lightly slap himself with a soft cover. It's just like, oh, sorry.
In the theme of the day, I think it needs to be Inferno or Retribution or something.
Hopefully it's a digital copy, so he just smash himself with an iPad.
That's even funnier. It's even better. Glass to the face. I love it.
Yeah. Or you can go metal side. You can go like the steel side. Boom.
Straight
Just don't like fucking take it. Don't smash your like whatever it's called, orbital fucking around your eye.
No, he can do whatever he wants. So I'm not held liable for nothing. But yeah. So
I'm not encouraging this at all.
No, that's it for my hobby though. Nobody cares about Brynley's hobby. So Nathan, what have you been up to, buddy?
Fuck off.
Had a bit of a break last week. I put together an event that ran last weekend, so I needed to have a bit of a break after that. I did.
Mate, I'm sorry, but sharing an Uber to a Foo Fighters concert does not count as an event.
Yeah, true. I didn't even Uber there. I walked there.
Foo Fighters concert.
I did hack up a Calth Contemptor today, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, you
It's
monster.
No, the gingerbread dread.
7,000 bits. I hate the pose, so that is one of the legs there in 3 different bits.
Wow.
It's got a decent pose for a gingerbread man.
A gingerbread
Yes.
man.
It's a shame I want a Contemptor and not a gingerbread man.
Yeah. Kind of scares the shit out of people.
I heard both of them have the same AP, so
No.
should be alright. And what about you, dude?
Yeah, it was a good event. I played in the aforementioned event at the where is it? Kalanga Tavern.
Yeah, mate.
Langer.
You know, if you search, like Michael and I were just talking about, we were on our way on it while we were driving up there. For some reason, we just started talking about Kalanga, And I was like, oh, I wonder. I can't remember why, but I searched for Kalanga, and if you type as soon as you get halfway through Kalanga, it just the first thing is just like, oh, you mean Kalanga Tavern? It's just not like the tavern where everybody goes, and then obviously nothing else. It's pretty crazy. And the tavern, I like that tavern. Like it's really
It's a cool venue.
I like super dingy, fucking like I like really dingy dive bars and that sort of thing. That's why we hold our events at the Brookside Tavern, which is possibly even more dingy because it doesn't.
Jesus Christ! You guys going like a Friday?
Do you really?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. That's the best venue in Brisbane. It's got a serial killer motel.
It's a really rad venue to have an event.
It's got a serial killer motel like attached to it, so people who fly in from out of state can just stay in the serial killer motel, which is like pretty cheap. And then there's like a shopping center next door. There used to be a Sizzlers until they fucking closed that down, but you know, like
dude, that Sizzlers was actually all right until some stupid crazy lady decided to put some poison in some food somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that fucked the Sizzlers brand. What fucked the Sizzlers brand was there was some poisonings, and then there was some glass like in the thing, and then you know the Sizzlers in the city, like in Brisbane City, the one that was in the bottom of the Maya Center. That basically closed. It closed because a mental person stabbed their own mother to death in that Sizzlers with like a Sizzler bread knife or a Sizzler steak knife thing. Just like killed her there, and everyone's just like, I don't want to go to that place where a person murdered someone.
That's what happens if you eat somebody else's fucking cheesy bread.
That's right. Give us the fucking cheesy bread, mom. Yeah. That's my 2 slices, mom.
That's messed it up for everybody else because despite the poison and the glass and now the stabbing, I would still go to Sizzler.
I think salmonella.
I'd
still go there. It was like 5 minutes from my house. I could just fucking go, oh, I want to go Sizzler, and just fucking literally just drive down there. Anyway, Kalanga Tavern was a fucking awesome venue. I didn't realize it was on the same weekend as the UFC as well. So like on a Sunday, it was a really good event. Like started at 10 o'clock, so it was like a gentlemanly hour. You didn't have to like get out of bed at 6:30 to go and fucking play toys. You could just get out of bed at like, I don't know, I got out of bed at like 8:30 or something. Michael, let's go. And then got there, and then I played. Like you could play as many games as you wanted. I played 2 awesome games, and then I went and watched the UFC, like the last fights of the UFC. Had a steak for lunch. Had a whole bunch of fucking booze. It was awesome. It's a good event. I like it. I got tons of good photos as well, and hung out and talked shit with people. So, yeah, that's my kind of event. Like, there's nothing worse than like you have to start at 7:30. You got to play a game at this time. Oh, you didn't finish your game? Fuck you. You gotta fucking pack all your shit up. Okay, now we play another game. Yeah, and then, and I reckon people bring more fucking just like bullshit dick lists when they're going to an event too, because they know that you're gonna have to play someone. Like if you're not organizing your own games, you just like, oh, I'll just bring whatever fuckface list I want, because I know that at this time, between these 2 hours, fucking that dude's mine. What's he gonna do? Just fucking leave? And then he looks like a baby, so I can just bring my dick list and just kick his ass, and he gets to sit there and take his shit off. So I don't know. I like the way
dude's looking for dude system.
Don't get me back there. Don't not even moving. We're moving.
Basically our motto.
Really, before we go on to dudes looking for dudes, what's your hobby? What have you been up to?
Probably should bring up some pictures. Hey, all right. So, I mean, still working on some pretty snazzy Primaris Marines.
Hold up. Give me a second. I need to work out this technology.
That Ryan will sort for you guys in a second. It's pretty cool. Oh god, it's Brinception. No, that's not that.
That's where you're starting. All right.
We're just gonna do it. All right. So, one of my mates had this really shittily fucking painted Balewind Vortex, and I'm like, mate, that's terrible. He's like, you're right. I should shoot myself. I'm like, hold on, buddy. Let me paint it for you. And so I just smashed that out in about an hour. That was a lot of fun. It's pretty good. Jamie, you're welcome.
Jamie, the dreaded TO.
Looking pretty snazzy. Don't know if you can see it. All with the airbrush. So here are the Hellblasters that I'm working on. So this is for a commission. So nice, dirty Imperial fists. Still yet to do the glow effect. That's going to be.
They look like they've all been felching for the past 2 hours.
Yeah, they have definitely been munted. There's a fair bit of weathering on there. I'm pretty happy with it. So it's a lot of fun. What else we got next? Oh yeah, the last thing. Oh no, we're going too far. Where's your hurricane?
You didn't send me the photos of the hurricane event. Besides that, it's probably just a pile of microwave plastic anyway. So go.
What are those guns? Those dudes have? What are they called?
Hellblaster plasma thingamajig. I don't know. Look, here you go. There's cool. A goddamn I don't actually. We can't see that because we're screen sharing.
Here we go. Hang on. There we go.
Here we go. Oh, look at that. Look. Okay, so for everyone who doubts my painting of the Hurricane, there's 2 horses that are...
Wow, if you could just stop moving for a moment.
I don't even know if you can see them.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't see
They
them.
look pretty good.
If
Is
you
the
guys want to see the
Hurricane
finished product,
is the Hurricane good? Is it good in Sigma? Is that what it's for?
I think
that's
Sigma,
incredible. Maybe one day when it gets finished, I'll be able to test it out and tell you.
I mean, if Ryan's got it, it's probably an overpriced piece of crap that's overpowered to the shithole. So yeah, I mean, but that's faggot. So that's why he's going.
The laser one.
I voted yes.
The laser
for
one needs to be cool. You could just shoot laser through people.
Oh yeah,
that's still cool. That's still cool. So when are you going to play AOS then, Tim? Now that I know you know enough about it.
Fucking never. I'm not rebasing on my shit, and I'm definitely not repainting a whole nother fucking... already got 2 5,000 point armies all on square bases, and I play 8/3 every now and then.
Get the sand out of there, mate.
I'd have to I'm not rebasing shit, man. Fuck that. The only thing that would make me rebase my whole ghoul army would be so I could use them in 30k as some kind of like, I don't know, fucking
demons.
Mutant.
Just proxy them as Iron Warriors. They're ugly as hell.
Yeah, I've got like about 120 ghouls, and I got like 18 of the bigger ogre sized ones, and I've shaved like all those stupid spines and shit that they had for some reason. Like, why the fuck would they have spines like hedgehogs? I've shaved all of them off, so they just look like fucking just gross, like hunched over troglodyte men, like basically like golem men.
Oh,
like,
nice.
With like power claws. Fucking.
So you have an army of Brynley's testicles. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Got a whole army
They're
of
probably a
nuts.
lot better looking than my testicles. Let's be honest.
So that's what you've been up to for the hobby, dude?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, that's me. It's been pretty standard. I don't do too much. I watched you play a game of Age of Sigmar, which was hilarious. That was on Australia. Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty fun. That was a bit of hobby. That was pretty exciting. Anyway, speaking of hobby, we got a whole bunch of people to send through some amazing 30k pictures through our Facebook. Show us your mini sort of campaign thing. So Ryan's going to bring up a couple of people that we randomly selected.
Oh, you mean I'm not going to turn on Tom Clancy's Wildlands? Okay, give me 1 second to not do that.
That's for later.
All right.
Tom Clancy. Are you reading a Tom Clancy book?
You're a Tom Clancy book.
All right, so first fantastic picture that's been sent in to us by, let me find his name.
That's all right. I've already got it here, buddy, because I am just onto it like that. That is Hayden Rye.
Yeah, it's
Hayden.
hard.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice work. Purple fucking the purple and white looks awesome.
Pretty
It does,
snazzy.
in contrast.
Yeah.
This is Stuart Hinkman.
Gets into some Night Lords, looking pretty cool. I'm loving that. Loving that effect. The object source lighting on it. That's really cool.
Yeah, they've all got calibers too. They're like 30-inch range, like strength 6, heavy 2. They're pretty good. I'm just got some of those while we were talking earlier. I was like digging around for mine. See, I'm gonna make a squad of those dudes.
See, out of all of that, like that's great and all, but this dude's Marilyn Manson haircut in the back here is what really does it for me.
It's pretty fabulous.
Yeah,
Oi, Ryan,
like
screen share this.
Like a
Screen share it or lock it.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second and I'll lock it.
It's currently
I'll
just
lock
bounced in. Sorry, guys.
There we go.
Been having there we go, presenting to everyone. Look at that.
It's
Fucking
because
amazing.
Windows 10 and Google Hangouts do not like each other, my friend.
Which is weird because they
So
should.
this is Ben Kruger's awesomeness.
Death Guard?
We see this guy hanging around on the page a fair bit, so
yeah, that's sick. How do I go full
always
screen?
commenting on stuff and hanging around. He's got a pretty snazzy army. It looks very, very nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
big fan
Fucking
of this
Sickles
stuff.
Athens, Landred
Gotta check that
Proteus.
out.
That
That's
is
pretty hot.
pretty cool.
Pretty fucking nice, actually.
Yeah. I love the helmets, eh? The 30k helmets just do it for me.
Yeah, Mark 3.
Yeah.
Good fucking pattern. It's the best pattern of armor, I reckon.
They're pretty cool.
Dig it.
He's got some heavy weapons teams there too. Is it like a full heavy melter? Is it a multi-melter team at the back? In front of the Proteus? And then he's got a heavy
yeah.
flame. He's got some Lascan. He's got a whole fucking bunch of them. Yeah, multi.
that's pretty
He's
good.
got like a multi-melder team with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he's got 5 multi-melders, 5 last cannons, 5 heavy melders, 5 culverins, maybe. Shit hard armor.
Taste
They
it.
must be running. If you run the reaving, you can take heavy weapon squads as troops. So he's got like.
That's pretty good.
It's one of the best, right?
Yeah, this is Andrew Burke.
Oh, thanks, man. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's
Awesome.
like one of those upscaled Space Marines that he's painted as.
Yeah. It's one of those old
30K.
busts, right? Like the
one of the
old
old
statue
busts.
thing.
But look at the writing.
He's fucking like he's
Wow.
done an amazing
Yeah.
job on it. Like really.
Yeah, I think they're the Heresy decals, like, and maybe in some of the decals of the Knights and stuff. The head's pretty impressive because that's like must be like a custom sculpt or 3D print or something. Like that's definitely different. Maybe he's built over the head with some green stuff. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it almost looks like if you took this bit away and just left that bit down the middle and then around the sides, it looks like what's his name out of Batman? The Dark
Bane.
Knight Rises. Yeah, I dig it. It's cool.
I'm from
Pretty
And
definitely pretty
our last
exciting.
one is from Todd Nelson of Villain Miniatures.
Who actually kindly supplied our miniature for our for the image that we put up to actually get attention for this. We actually don't have any pictures of 30K miniatures ourselves, not actually playing 30K, and so him and his Instagram were kind enough to provide us with a very, very snazzy looking cataphracti.
Dreadclaw.
Yeah, fucking need to look absolutely phenomenal painter. For those people who are interested in obviously checking out more of his stuff, go to Instagram, type in Villain Miniatures, and check that out there.
And he did not pay Brynley a 6-pack to say that.
Yeah, not really, but I am quite drunk.
More importantly, he's clearly an Xbox One player. So much love to you, bro.
How do you know?
Way to go,
How
Todd.
do you know?
Real men play Xbox
What a
One.
decent dude. What a decent dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Nathan, can you hear us, buddy? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I had
Can
to
you see
reload
us?
because I lost the video.
Oh, okay. As long as you're in with us, as long as you're back with us, you haven't missed anything important. We're not up to 30K
I
just
missed
yet.
maybe 5 seconds. As I said, I reloaded it. Come in, all
Oh,
good.
okay, we're good to go.
It's
What's the name?
unacceptable.
What's the name again on Instagram? Villain Miniature.
Villain Miniatures.
Yeah, I can share it in our little private chat where you were sending us.
Yeah, we'll throw it in the private chat, and then we've also got a link in the drop bar for our video, so check that out as well. It should be very, very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty big day. We've got a lot of people submitting pictures. Thank you to everyone who submitted them, as per usual. All images will be put into a gallery on the AusHammer Facebook page, and the winners have been notified, and you'll also be put in a Hall of Fame sort of thing.
Hall of
So
Fame, nice.
thanks for
Yeah,
everyone
that's
who
hot.
submitted.
That's some good stuff. You got some good stuff there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was actually really hard picking the ones we could wanted and had time to display. Otherwise, we would literally sit here all night just dribbling over 30K pictures. But we unfortunately have some sort of time limit on how much we can endlessly crap on.
That is correct. If Nathan stays up too late, his wife will beat me.
Yeah, absolutely murder him. So, in saying that, thank you to everyone who sent our stuff in. And so we are on to the events for the local area and the wider surrounding. Obviously, we've had our big events, CanCon, and then there was the Las Vegas Open that we're going to go into later, so these are excluded, as any Games Workshop events, because, let's be honest, they don't need any more publicity because they're quite massive. We're all about supporting the small people here. So
That's because you're small. Sorry. Yep.
Wait, someone's got to stick up for the midgets. All right.
Nothing wrong with small, mate.
First up off the
I'm not. Don't do it. Go.
first up off the rank, we've got April 28th. We've got PubHammer. They are putting it on. They're doing 30K at BrisCon.
Yeah.
Death of a Dream. So that's gonna be a pretty cool event. I'm sure you two are very familiar with that. Get onto the PubHammer guys.
I've only heard good things about them too.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
there
so
for sure.
PubHammer is a great group.
Their event last year was awesome. It's like It's at the table tennis center at what is it,
Windsor?
Windsor or something? Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe?
Windsor.
Yeah. And it's really good. Like I've been there the last couple. They only just restarted it in the last couple of years, and I've been to both of them. The first year we played Epic 30K, which is pretty crazy, like the 6 mil version, and then we played the 30K last year, and it's really good. There's tons of different games there. There's like all like vendors and shit. They've got a good like the bring by swap and sell, whatever the fuck it's called. That's really good. Sorry, can you swear on this? Sorry.
Just go nuts. Just don't say the C word or the J word.
The what?
Yeah, don't tell him.
Oh, Emperor. Yeah, sorry.
Oh God.
Okay. Is it Jews? Is it like an Israeli thing? You're worried about this?
That's fine.
You're worried about Mossad? So they've got a really good like bring, swap, and sell thingamajig there too, where I've got some like good shit. Like I got a Land Raider.
The cast was going so well until he brought up, I got a card of Lavender and shoved him into bar.
Great, now we're fucked.
But yeah, there's some good shit there, and because like 30K, it's 40K, and the new 40K started, and there's been a lot of like moving around and shifts in gaming and blah blah blah. There should be some like good deals and things there. Hoping to pick up some cheap minis. Like think about how many people have sort of switched game systems and dropped out of this, started this, and then gone back to this and that. It should be good. So looking forward to that.
And 7 million codexes for 40K in the last 6 months.
There's
going to be lots of people going, I played Space Marines a month ago, but now I'm playing Tau. And in between, I played Elder.
Mate,
I have no idea.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Tau. Nothing wrong with the Tau.
I have no idea what these because I don't have a carry case big enough for all my Astra Militarum.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh.
I just want to buy some.
That's a serious problem. Like, I'm actually looking at getting because I'm thinking of starting an Astra Militarum. I'm just like, how am I going to get this to a tournament? And the thing is, what I've decided I'm going to do is that I'm just going to buy an old ammunition crate. I'm going to deck it out so it's a carry case.
At Open War last year, one of the guys, Robbie Rinsma, he brought a militia army along, and in his 1,500 point list, he had 240 miniatures.
I'm not even mad.
In 1,500 points.
That's genius. Right, so that's PubHammer. It's going to be happening at BlizzCon. BlizzCon's going to be amazing. Next group is the Brisbane Independent Gamers Club. On February the 11th, they've got their club day that's coming up. Next group, Warrior Lodge, Feb 18. We're going to have their War Door Hammer, so their 40K doubles invitational and 30K 3K singles, which is going to be pretty crazy. I'm hoping someone can explain that a bit more. That sounds like an amazing event. And then on March 4, they've got the Age of Sigmar doubles event that myself and Ryan will be going to and embarrassing ourselves at. So
you may be embarrassing yourself, though. I'm taking the cheesiest dickhead list you have ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
My car door is going to open when we get there, and cheese is going to flow out of the car.
I'm just going to buy like those cheese singles and just throw them at you the entire day until someone throws me out.
I found a website where you can actually buy a bag of dicks, and they're just jelly lollies. And I'm going to walk around giving them out all day. Like, Nathan's going to have a handful.
I feel like these would be like restrictions lifted on like throwing off fruit at you during this event.
Wait, that's nothing. Jamie's bringing some space geckos. I can't wait for doubles.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Right, so Magic Vault, March 10, 40K first strike. It's gonna be. I think they're going to this event, or it's an event that's gonna be held. So whoever plays at the Magic Vault, it's an event that's going on.
Yeah, Magic Vault's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good.
The Magic Vault, the Legion that people used to play there.
Yeah, used to. Anyway,
being the Legion.
The Legion.
We are talking about. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Anyway, the Maury Gaming Club. So they're doing their thing every Monday night. If you find yourself down near Maury, which is
about 2 people.
Yeah, they've got like 8 or 9 people, so it's pretty. I mean, like for like a small country club, that's pretty cool. Like that's a decent amount. So good on you. We're in one of the guys who were there. They actually won one of the prizes last week. So congratulations. I think you've got Primaris
Nice.
on the way
actually,
to you.
don't forget, those got sent out too.
Yeah, those were sent out ages ago, so you guys should have them pretty soon. So you guys send us a picture of yourself and your prizes, or don't, or like seriously, we just don't. Like once they're out of here, we don't
If you
care
could
about
just let me know that Brynley sent them to you and that he didn't just take the miniatures out of the box and send you an empty box.
Well, there's that
That'd be
too.
great.
I mean, could be worse. What do we got? All right. So Ryan Block you is. So the 9th Age community on November 17, they've got the Asia Pacific Singles Championships. They're going to be playing at BrisCon, and then on the 6th of May, they're going to be doing Mutiny in May, which is an event they're going to be hosting.
Oh, good luck to all three of you. I hope you have a really good game and one of you comes out on top.
Ace Comics Games currently have nothing running at the moment. They do have a 40K monthly event that occurs. Definitely go onto their website, check that out. Should be pretty exciting.
Shout out to Haig from I think Haig still plays 9th Age.
Yeah. Hey, I think.
Oh, my bad.
Haig,
okay. Good luck to
contact with
all
me.
4 of you out there. I hope one of you comes out on top and you have a great time.
Did you see the thing that happened to the 9th Age down at CanCon?
I did not. What happened?
Oh, they so the 9th Age event, apparently they were going to borrow like terrain from the venue organizers.
Okay.
Or some fucking thing, whatever. Apparently like 2 days before or 10 hours before or whatever the fuck, they were just like, oh yeah, we don't have terrain for you. So these dudes had flown from like Brisbane and shit. I know like Haig, because Haig used to play 8th Ed fantasy with like basically I was like balls deep in the fantasy scene, like the 8th Ed fantasy scene, and then when Games Workshop just murdered the old world and fucking destroyed the rules and just like took a shit in our face, like half the people went to 9th Age, half the people went to the other one, Kings of War.
Oh yeah.
And then a group of us were just like fuck this entirely. We're just gonna go play Heresy. So but yeah, so Haig and all these dudes. So anyway, yeah, these dudes had flown there. And so instead of terrain or whatever, they had to play on just like bare MDF tables with like terrain, like pictures of terrain that had been printed out on like a bubble jet printer or something. Just, like, they'd cut them out and stuff, but yeah, it was, like 2D.
Wow.
Pretty terrible. I would have been so pissed, man. I used to go down to CanCon for the like fantasy. It used to be like 120 plus people. And you'd fly down, like, you got to fly to Canberra, and it's fucking hot as shit. There's, like, no air conditioning in that fucking building. It's hot as fuck. There's just, like, millions of fat nerds. After, like, 10 a.m., you can't use the fucking toilets because so many fucking just man children have been doing just insane, like, Dorito shits in there. So it's just like, oh, fuck. So it's not like, it was good because you play against armies you never played before. It's the biggest event. It's a meta. You hang out and, like, socialize and shit. But if I got stuck having to play on a fucking MDF table with just like paper cutout fucking terrain,
fuck that.
I'd have lost my fucking mind.
Mate, I bet you their mums definitely heard about that afterwards.
Oh man, that's disgusting.
That is amazing.
But
you know what? Props to them though if they still played with cutouts of terrain and stuff like that's fucking dedication, and they earn my respect.
And
then they lose a bit of it for the Dorito shit thing, but mostly respect.
That was probably the Magic players or the 40K players or something.
Yeah, probably one of them. Probably both, really. Right, so the Australian Defence Force Wargaming Association, April 21st, they've got the Anzac Cup coming up, so that's available for any serving members or Defence Force employees. So for those of you who serve, thank you for your service, and best of luck at that. It should be interesting seeing how that goes. Friday Night Gaming, which is located down in Orange, February 24th. They've got a double stubble Age of Sigmar team event, which is obviously an Age of Sigmar doubles event.
Sorry, can I just... So, right after fucking Tim finished hanging shit on the 9th Age experience at CanCon, he gets a fucking power outage at his house.
Oh, wow.
Some bearded edgelord
John.
went, "Stop making fun of my system," and just cut the power to his house.
At the moment, Tim's actually having this shit kicked out of him by a bunch of angry nerds.
There's just a whole bunch of angry, short bearded dudes throwing their Dorito shit at him.
Do you mean the 4 ninth age players you worked out?
Yeah. I don't know. There's still 4-on-1. That's pretty crazy. You're still gonna have a bad time.
Sorry, I just had to put that in there. He's joining up again shortly.
Right. After he finished fighting off the people who are trying to get him. Anyway, Friday Night Gaming, right, so 24th Double Stubble Age of Sigma team event, and then March 17 they've got Overwatch and ITC Team Challenge number 2, very exciting. Gamescube down in Sydney, February 17 they've got the 40k monthly, which is their thing, and then they've got an Age of Sigma monthly the next day on the 18th, and then on the 24th they've got Horus Heresy at the Gamescube. Go to the site, check it out, should be exciting. And then last if not least, we have Irresistible Force, who on the 10th of February, they have Brothers in Arms, number 1 40k doubles tournament, which is, we are very excited to say that myself and Ryan will be both attending. I will be dragging Ryan along with whatever 40k army he can actually get a hand of.
I'll lend him my towel.
Yeah, he can have, we'll be tower and tower. It'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I've got some towel you can have.
I think I'm borrowing Ash's Necrons.
Yeah. So we got an army from somewhere, so it should be pretty exciting. Basically, we're just throwing Ryan deep in. Usually, people do intro games and small scale games. Fuck it, Ryan, you're just gonna get thrown in the deep end. We're just gonna do a tournament and see how you go. So
that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And if anybody knows of any AOS doubles events in and around the Brisbane area, please let me know, because I have a hankering for some doubles action.
Those events, which is going to be really exciting. So that's going to be down at Irresistible Force. Then on March 17, they've got the Scouting of Talos, another amazing event. And then April 7, they've got Force Acts 2.
Jeez, they got a lot of events.
Which is going to be really, really fun. That's going to. So I went to Force Acts number 1, so I'll most likely go to Force Acts number 2, the 1,000-point tournament. Very exciting. We even did coverage on it, which you can see on our YouTube, or head over to our Facebook and check that crap out. Pretty exciting. And then on the 14th, they've got the South East Queensland team tournament, 3-man teams, German format. So if you're interested, go to the Irresistible Force Facebook page and check it out. Hit them up if you're interested. It's a long way out to do it. That should be exciting. And that's all the local events that are coming up.
Warrior Lodge has another Heresy event on the 18th of March as well.
Oh, there we go. Warrior Lodge has got another one.
Part 2 of our campaign series.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you guys are doing a campaign series. That's right. So
yep.
30K, very exciting. To be pretty interesting. But that brings us to the 2 big events that occurred. BrizCon's on the 28th to 29th of April. Should be fun. Lots of people will be there. As we mentioned before, there'll be people doing 30K. There'll be 9th Age. There'll be Age of Sigma, 40K, Bolt Gun, Bolt Action, Flames of War, everything. Go nuts. So that brings us to our 2 big items. Well, not the 2 big items, but some 2 pretty big events that occurred over the weekend. We've got CanCon, which went from Friday all the way through to Sunday. It was very exciting. And then the Las Vegas Open, which was really, really, really fascinating. So we've got a whole bunch of amazing pictures for the Age of Sigma community.
Do we?
For Age of Sigma, and so I'll let Ryan bring them up, and he can talk about the OS. You guys can look at some pretty pictures.
Let's do it. Give me a sec.
Check it out.
Alrighty. So first of all, that dude on the left there with the bear shirt is Adam Burt. He was the winner for AOS for CanCon. He took a Stormcast Eternals list, and the reason that I really liked it was because he actually took a list that doesn't have any battalions. So he just had a Celestin, Knight Herald, 2 Lictors, Castellan, and a Battle Mage as an ally, which is pretty cool. With 3 lots of 5 Liberators, unit Adjudicators, and then he's got 2 Fulminators, 2 Tempestals, and a Gryphound, which is pretty darn. But this,
Team Workshop shut me down for being too real.
yeah, the ninth age just took you, buddy. So, so this is where the Dorito poos happen, or burrito poos happen. So,
they're Doritos, like the like Dorito, Mountain Dew.
That's just gross. So,
Magic Gathering.
Look at this legend over here. Look at him. What a champ. That's Australia right there. It's summed up in one picture. So second place went to David Kerr. He had a Nurgle list. He was using the Blightsist battalion. He took my friend the Glockin with a Lord of Blights, Gutrot Sproom, and Poxbringer with 30 Plague Bearers, you filthy bastard. 10 Black Kings, 5 Black Kings, 5 Black Kings. So that's pretty cool too.
Shout out Dave Kerr.
Yeah, and
okay, is that the dude who used to? He used to have like an awesome Ultramarines army. I know he sold it to a dude that I play with all the time.
No idea.
He's from Brisbane, right? Is Brisbane guy?
Dude, most of the players are from Brisbane. That's how we roll. Now, third place was a bit of a shock for me because Jamie, if you're listening, Space Geckos made it, buddy. Congratulations. Chris Tott came in with Seraphon and took out third place. He had the Saurus Scar Veteran on Carnosaur, the Skink Star Priest, and a Skink Priest, as well as 20 Skinks. That's disgusting. With 6 Riptodactyls and 3 Riptodactyls, a Dread Saurian, Stegodon, and the battalion was the Shadow Strike Star host, I think. Other than that, fourth place was a Fire Slayers army by Tim McDavid. Fifth was Zench.
I know him too.
By Ashley. Sixth was Zench by Luke Taylor, another Brisbane boy. He's one of the Heralds of War podcast guys. And
Luke Taylor.
He's a bloody good player, especially with his rats. Dispossessed came in at 7th. Dan Say was with that. Then there was the really original Stormcast Vanguard wing by Joel McGrath. And then another Zench list from Scott Norwood. And then a Stormcast list came in 10th. Robert Remmers one. He's the dude with the double Star Drake because why not? So that's that one. And now, of course, nothing wants to work. There we go. So after that, here's some of the armies.
We were kind enough to have these sent through by Blake, who is one of our local legends. Definitely a really cool guy. Ryan, lock the screen, damn it.
You lock the screen.
You lock the screen.
You're a screen. Yeah.
It's crazy when he does that.
Melon.
All right. Happy?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so this is some of Blake's armies. All these images were sent through by Blake. His army actually won Best Display. So another fantastic
Is that Ghosts?
award. He does an amazing Tomb King's army. It looks brilliant. Obviously, our high-quality podcast doesn't give it enough credit, so please go check out local page. I think he's in the Queensland building. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
There are some amazing. This isn't his the Tomb Kings. These are just some of the amazing ones that were on display, and I assure you, there were some absolutely beautiful armies.
Why doesn't it show all my pictures? I'm really disappointed.
I do not know what you have done. Anyway, that is okay. So that's his display of his Tomb Kings.
That we can't even see.
Definitely go check out some higher quality pictures.
You're a high quality picture. Here we go.
Looks like there's some more on the other side too. They look awesome.
So
there we go. Yeah, look at that. Half the thing's huge.
Yeah, that's hot.
Amazing. Oh, look at the money shots.
Tree people.
Hey, look, there's the 9th age tables.
Wow. Brutal. Love it. Nice. Look at that Stormcast.
Yeah.
So many Sigmarines.
So, Justin,
what do these trees do? Do the trees have rules?
Yeah, they've got all sorts of cool stuff. So that
trees are a cheap button.
One of the top 3 placings there.
Yeah, it's Dave Kerr's Nurgle, right? Ooh, more trees.
Yeah, Paul J going with the triple.
Is that the new Great Unclean one?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can tell
that was a quick
face.
Yeah, it's up and running quick.
Yeah.
And 3 of those
No.
Purple
I
triple
don't
tree.
really want to call it a tree. It's hideous. Oh,
Yeah, definitely,
You know,
definitely not
cool
time
job,
not
Batman.
organized.
It looks like a girl I dated in high school. All right,
Triple tree.
Wow.
Purple eye.
look at that.
Yeah,
All right, there's some
Yeah.
ideas for you to steal.
Oh, there's a Balewind Vortex now. I've already painted one. I'm
Oh,
done.
fuck that. I want this terrain piece.
Oh yeah,
And
that
it's
big thing.
coming out for pre-order again next week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they just renamed it something different, but that's news for later. We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Just when we're going through these as well, the Las Vegas Open finished up. Some dude
Wait,
named
no, hold on.
Andrew-
We'll finish up the CanCon one. You finish the pictures here, then we'll talk about the 40k CanCon, and then we'll jump into the LVO.
Oh,
You're going to make me have to switch around with all my pictures, you dirty scum.
Yeah, I'm a difficult person like that.
What army is that?
What army is what? That one there?
Yeah, that one.
That's Stormcast.
Yeah, dirty
Is it?
Stormcast.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
okay.
Space Marines with shields and swords and hammers and stuff.
Yeah,
If they got like birds, like powerful birds, they can set on people.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
have guns
they've
too
had-
one day.
Need to get
Sigmar
some
will
ways for
give
my
them guns.
sisters.
Yeah, they had heaps of cool stuff.
Pretty exciting. I actually really like
Yeah,
it.
see, there's that terrain piece again. God, look at it. Mm-mm.
Everyone's got it except you.
Everyone's got one with me.
Yeah. Ah! Can't talk about it. All right, so 40k obviously played at CanCon as well. A pretty amazing event. Congratulations to Jeremy Martino for smashing out first place with a Ynnari list. For those of you who are interested, he's from Menza Gaming. It's very, very exciting. Big event,
Menza
big day. I did have a chance to catch up with the Aussie battlers who were who gave me a quick rundown of exactly how it went. They did quite well. One of their members came in 10th, which was actually really, really solid. There was some very, very stiff competition there. Obviously, everyone who was anyone was bringing some of the absolutely dirtiest lists that you can imagine. So, CanCon, so in first we had a Ynnari list, second Astra Militarum, which was just dirty drop plasma, as per usual. And then, surprisingly, third, fourth, and fifth was all Tyranid lists. So that was a bit of a shock. But then we had Adeptus Sororitas, so we had our Sisters of Battle, Smashing Face, and then again our Astra Militarum, and then the Eldari. And then Adeptus Custodes, and all the way down the bottom in 10th was some Ultramarines, which was actually pretty exciting. Obviously, the meta both here and at the LVO, there was basically a lot of Dark Reaper spam, just detonating places all over the spot. We're probably going to see a buff if the community can't work a way to... I mean, they're probably going to nerf it if the community can't actually work out how to successfully counter it. I can't imagine Games Workshop's going to release a special FAQ just to take out quite a good unit. For those of you who aren't
Why is
familiar,
it so good? Why is it so good?
Okay, so the Dark Reapers are really, really well priced for what they do. Okay, so they're able to shoot. They have a ridiculously long range. I think it's about 48 inches, which is pretty big. They ignore all negatives to hit. So any negs to hit you have on, so ghost kills, stealth suits, anything with the negative one, ignores it, doesn't care. But the big kicker is the fact that they can actually fire off a round of shooting before the game actually starts. So once everyone's been deployed, once all the deployment is done, they can fire around. They can shoot before anything happens, and that just smears stuff off the board. Like it's
Just alpha strike something, yeah.
well, it's like it's you know, unless you've hidden everything away, and like their shooting is brutal. It's like hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s most of the time. It's just anything that's there, it's dead. And that's before the game's even started. They can successfully wipe out a pretty nasty unit in no time. Like it took out I remember I was playing a game and it took out a ghost kill and 8 stealth suits.
They've got
before the game even started.
multiple modes of shooting too, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. They got multiple modes of shooting, and then you combine that with the other usual janky crap. We'll have that. So that was quite a common theme across CanCon and the LVO. Obviously, we had a lot of guardsman spam. We had a lot of LVO, which I'll talk about later, but they did have a Blood Angel army that did quite well, utilizing a lot of the stratagems that Blood Angels have been able to use. But yeah, it's basically been Dark Reapers and Ynnari that's been like the most popular unit across most of the armies. If there was an Elder army, I guarantee you there was Dark Reapers in there, and there was at least 20 of them. So
what's Ynnari? Is Ynnari like all the Eldar now? Is the Eldar?
Yeah. So Ynnari allows you to take Elder, Dark Elder, whatever.
It's basically an Eldar death cult.
What's Eldari then? What's Eldari?
Eldari is Craft World Elder, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or is, I think, I'm not really sure. I don't really pay too much attention to the pointy ears, lore-wise.
Yeah, Eldari is the old Eldar, and then Drukhari is Dark Eldar.
Yes, and Drukhari's, we've got a release coming up soon, so that should be...
Is there still Harlequins and like Corsairs and shit? Or?
Harleys are still around, yeah.
Yeah, Harleys are still around, so they can go either. So. And
then you're waiting... Whoa, shit, knocked my mic over. And then you're waiting for like Forge World to bring out more rules for their stuff?
They already have.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, I've got a picture of it here. Here, let me show you.
Is there a Corsair list still? Like, because they used to have a Corsair list.
Yeah, it's amazing. Give me 1 second. I've got it right here.
They're still good to go.
I will just show you this now. Is it locked on me? Yes.
Yeah, it's locked on you.
As you can see, they've really put a lot of effort into it. This looks amazing.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. That looks stellar. That's just me.
It's pretty
looking
good.
stoned as fuck. Any day now. Yeah, there we go. There's Brinception.
Yeah, every time he does that, it fucking blows my mind. It's like the window within a window within a window.
I'm magic. What can I say?
Like that fucking Ting Tings film clip.
Magic Ryan. Well, for those of you
early naughty,
we actually had a fairly hilarious tech incident. Somehow, in the middle of the chat, we had this, like, Ryan had created the Google Hangouts for everyone, and all three of us had joined in, and Ryan was literally sitting in a somehow alternate universe in a chat by himself. He's like, who the fuck is everyone? And we're like, dude, we're on. Where are you? Sends me a picture of him just, like, in a chat by himself. And we're like, how is this even possible?
Best IT guy ever.
Yeah, but then he came into the chat, and then it was like, who's in charge of the chat? And it's like, nobody's in charge. And we all had to fucking leave it. Like, how somehow we ended up, I reckon we got into a chat with him, and then somehow he's left it.
Look,
yeah, and then
here at AusHammer, we pride ourselves in professionalism, mate.
Yeah, which is why we were late, so sorry, not sorry. But if you've been watching us for this many episodes, you should be used to this shit by now, really.
Is there people listening to this live? Is it?
Yeah.
We got like two people listening to us, which is probably my mum and Ryan's wife.
Are they saying that?
Some people are talking to us on YouTube as well.
There's a dozen.
There's
about a dozen people watching off and on. And shout out to Wednesday, Games Lost Forever. Nathan Carson's in the chat talking to people apparently. My mate David Maidman, he's in there as well. There's quite a few people. So.
Pretty exciting.
Hey, if somebody send me that link in
there.
I can post it into our podcast group.
Oh, and shout out to Ross Tanner, new subscriber as well. So welcome.
Oh, yeah,
welcome, buddy. You poor bastard, you have no idea what you just subscribed to.
Oh, Ben, is Ben in the chat?
Ben, are you there? If you're there, let me know.
You're there.
Oh, Jono's in as well. There we go.
Yeah, Jono.
Yeah, post me a link and I'll post it up.
You're a link.
We've got some pretty cool dudes.
You're a link.
You're a dude.
Here we go. It's in your Facebook chat. All right. Now, have you finished with your CanCon stuff?
Yeah. So that was 40k CanCon. There was also so for just the Australian side, there was a Young Bloods event via Objective Secured that they ran. It was actually really cool. Under 18s, very very cool event. Very exciting to see an event that actually was able to hold a fair amount of young people over that side, and Sima Angwin with his Ultramarines won first place, and then Isaac Cramp came second. So congratulations, guys! You guys are the future of our hobby. It's an absolute honor to see you guys play, and thank you to the people over at Objective Secured for putting on such a fantastic event, as per usual. I'm glad I caught you in the chat towards the end there. That was very fun.
Okay, so now that Brynley's finished kissing butt, let me just, because I can, go back to Brinception again.
Brinception.
Because it's amazing. All right, so yeah, so that's the CanCon stuff. But over in Las Vegas, they had a tourney there, and it was pretty cool. So Las Vegas Open, it's just finished up. Andrew Standiford, or some name similar to that, won with, you guessed it, a Vanguard wing. Man, I can't wait till that thing gets nerfed. And I placed the cast. So, but he had, yes, Lord Salicent, Lord Castellan, 2 Relictors, 30 Liberators, and then 5 Liberators, 5 Judicators, 3 Prosecutors, 3 Prosecutors, because it's part of the Vanguard Wing Battalion, and 3 Vanguard Raptors with long strike crossbows ×2. So that was first place. James Thomas took second. He had a change host army. Welcome, Paul Shaw, who just
subscribing.
Well.
Welcome, buddy.
Again, sucked in, you idiot. What are you doing? You've come to the wrong place. Now you have to listen to Brynley talk, you poor bastard. So he was Disciples of Zeech, obviously. Brought change host, Lord of Change. And I think you used the Aura of Mutability or whatever it is with that dude. I can't remember. Herald of Zinch, Blue Scribes, Changeling, 10 pinks, 30 blues, and 10 brims, 10 brims, Gaunt Summoner, 30 Zangors, and 100 points for summoning he had as well. And then third was Tony Moore. More Tony Moore. He was change host as well. And I'm not really going to go over that all over again. But then Oliver Ganduit came in with a mixed order army. Absolute fucking legend. Way to go, buddy. We need more of you. Michael Burke with the Skyfires, Joe Creer with his change host, Bill Sauzer with his Nurgle, Jarrett with his Croaknado, which is a dreadfully awesome list, and I think that more people should field it because it's called fucking Croaknado.
Don't introduce Jamie to that list, please.
I already have. I sent him the list. We were talking.
Excellent.
It's called Croaknado. How can you not? Like, Sharknado was amazing. Jeff Painter, Skyfires, Mike Scaletti. Sorry if I've done these wrong. So, yeah, so it was pretty cray-cray. All in all, it was a pretty full-on event from what I gathered. And looking at the lists, because I don't really want to go into them here because it's a 30K night, but the lists that we had for CanCon are far different to the lists that we had at the Las Vegas Open. And that just goes to show how much fucking better human beings we are here in Australia than the rest of the world, really, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, Nathan just told us we've just kicked over 600 subscribers, which is a new milestone for us. Very exciting.
Ding, ding. When are you going to get that fucking Zuckerberg money?
I don't know.
I demand a recount. I'm sure it should only be like 100.
It should only be like 2.
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, so
588 of those subscribers are Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've just got 1,000 accounts.
Just the shit out of it.
So that's the end of my Las Vegas Open, but you've got a 40K side as well.
Yeah, so LVO, as I was talking about before, Yunari took out first place once again, unsurprisingly. And then in second we had Blood Angels. So obviously all the older lists were making high use of Reapers as per usual. Blood Angels made really surprising. There was actually a lot of Blood Angels in this event. So here we go. Nice picture of the LVO. A lot of people playing Cage Fire.
Dude, I'm sorry. Hang on.
Oh, shit,
Image courtesy. I didn't know you went to LVO, Ryan. What's going on?
Dude, that
guy's way too attractive.
That is way. Look at that shirt. He's just repping it hard. Way to go, buddy. And then if you look really closely in the background here, I'm pretty sure that dude's wearing like...
Oh, dude. So this image is courtesy of Frontline Gaming. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't go to this. We just found someone's image. You can use it. Go to their website, check them out. Good group. They put this on. An absolutely amazing event as per usual. Phenomenal. covered by a lot of people. It was a huge event. As you can see, there was fucking heaps of people there. Went over 2 or 3 days. It was really, really impressive. So basically in the top 10, we had we had 4 Elder, 3 Blood Angels, a Death Guard, Space Wolves, and Sisters of Battle. So like there was a lot of Blood Angels going on here, using Death Company to their full psychotic extent to alpha strike the living crap out of people. And then Yunari was obviously making heavy use of all the janky crap that the Elder have, but mostly Reapers. It was very, very, very interesting. Listening to the coverage of it, there was a lot of people playing very, very hard. There were some really good lists. Obviously, people brought fluffy lists.
Look how hard this guy's playing.
Yeah, he's going hard.
Yeah, he brought a Chaos Demons list.
He's like, I am out. I'm out of this.
He's playing that Reaper spam list.
Look at these two guys. They're like, I wonder if Spice Girls will bring out a new album next year, guys.
Hey,
you think they'll get back together?
I just sent you through some links from the dudes who are running the 30K at the LVO, and they all dressed.
Let's have a look at the 30K rule. About 30K tonight.
They're dressed up as Australian bogans.
Oh yes,
wigs and shit. So they listen to the our Horus podcast, and they're like, "Yeah, you're our inspiration. We want to dress like we imagine you'd look like." And obviously, I don't look like a I didn't have a fucking. But
that
yeah,
is not okay. That is not okay.
That's not even a little bit creepy. But let's see it anyway.
Don't bring it up. It's crazy. They're wearing like super tight. Okay. They've watched like an AFL game or something and gone, "Oh, obviously everyone in Australia looks like this."
Wow, that's uncanny. That's quite.
I'm sorry, but
keep going.
Actually look like you a bit.
It actually looks like you went to the LVO. Like
You got mullet wigs and like tight, very extremely tight pants.
No, that's.
I'm sorry, but these guys are absolute legends.
These guys have nailed it.
That is amazing.
Boys of the Golden Throne.
I don't know what they are, but I'm just absolutely in love already. That is.
Yeah, give their podcast a listen. It's really good.
Yeah,
100% nailed it. Yeah, they're good to go.
There's some sick armies in there. If you have a look there, yeah, like fucking look at that.
Casual glaive.
Look at all this delicious 30K.
Alpha Legion. Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, damn.
Oh, so good. So tasty.
Bumblebee.
Literally just dribbling.
Look at the knights there. Yeah, fucking knights.
It's
white skulls.
Literally just dribbling over that.
Look at Raven God. Emperor's Children. Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Emperor's Children armored breakthrough list.
Look at all that armor. Fuck, that's good. That is nice. That's really. Oh, look at this. They're like, see, this is the thing with 30K is that everyone's just got these really amazingly painted.
Oh, that's Scott Switzer. Shout out to Scott Switzer. He's from Radio Free Band podcast.
Woo.
Oh yeah, they've joined me on my drive to work a few times.
Yeah, as all podcasts do. Definitely like to have a listen to this stuff.
Ooh, yeah, look at that.
Money shot.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
Money shot.
You want a Leviathan? Yeah, shut up. I'm not mad at those overgrown ruins either. They look cool.
Pretty.
Cool tables, cool armies.
Next level.
Yeah, but 30K is a lot more about the fluff than 40K and AOS because the universe is absolutely enormous. So you would expect nothing less as well.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. There's been some nice miniatures.
That there has
nice been. Miniatures been thrown around there. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Gotta love this stuff.
Powerful weekend. There was also I should say as well, while you're talking about events, just quickly shout out to Active Heresy 3, which happened down in Canberra as well. It happens at the same time as CanCon, but it's not in that giant stinky shed.
Oh yeah.
It was at I think it was at the Raiders Leagues Club or something like that. But yeah, it looked like a fucking sick event. They had like 48 people there, fully painted armies. It was a fucking great time and air conditioned too, and there was a bar, unlike CanCon where it's a great big stinky nerd shed. They're having it in aircon.
And such a popular event, they filled it without even opening entries to the public.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's an invite-only event this year, and they got 48 people easily. And I mean, like, I was on the list to begin with. I had to drop out because, like, we're going to Adepticon, so I was like, probably save my cash for America. But
Are you going to Adepticon?
Yeah, in March, coming up soon. I've got to renew my passport, actually. I just realized.
Sweet, we have totally just found someone to take pictures for us. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, all right. I'll take photos for you. I don't know what I'll be taking photos of, but I'll just go
That's
around.
just great. Now it's just going to be photos of Tim teabagging shit randomly. Thanks a lot, Brynley.
You bag whatever you want.
And it'll look like those photos we saw just before.
Yeah. We'll have to all
people might
squint
drive
really hard.
If I go into the Sigma area or the 40k area, people might drive me out. Everyone thinks that I hate those games. I don't really. It's
Just
you know,
mildly
it's
hate
not
them.
for me.
You just hate the thought of
It's not for me.
everything. All right,
I want to round base my swim because.
So that's the end of. We better, like, we've been going for an hour, so we better actually get to some 30k soon.
Yeah, actually do something.
So just quickly, let's get through the news as well. Do you want to do 40k iOS first, Brynley?
Yep. No, I'll do 40k first. Okay, so nice and quick. Throw out the pitches. As we all know, 40k's had a pretty big week. There are 3 codexes that are going to be released. We got Necrons, Tau, and Dark Elder, which is going to be pretty exciting. They're going to be pretty much out of there. Oh, Brinception again. Here we go. Look at this. Also, we've had the Custodes released. I think they've been released, and it's going to look absolutely disgusting. I've just read rules for the bikes that are being brought out. 10 of them are about 1,000 points, but in saying that, they're basically mini dreadnoughts on crack. They're going to wreck your day. Is like 5 attacks each. You can get this really cool fuck you everything stratagem that allows them to get 10 attacks if you lose guys. So for every 1 dude you lose, that unit gains 1 attack. So like, think about it. Come like turn 1, turn 2, they're going to be up the front. They're going to take a bit of damage. They're going to get smashed. They're going to lose like 5 guys real easy. They're not going to lose all of them, but like next turn,
shut up, you Custody fanboy.
they're smashing into it. It's disgusting. Like they are such a powerful unit. It's going to be interesting to see how they're used.
Just wait till Forge World puts all the Heresy custode shit in. Just fucking enjoy that. They're probably not that bad now because it's all just fucking infantry, but just you wait. Just you wait until you get like the Telemon, the fucking D-Spear Dread. I don't even know what that'll be in 8th Ed. Fucking D-Spear Dread. The Telemon is just a motherfucker. Like they've got like grav tanks. Like I don't know what grav tanks are like in 8th Ed. They're probably even better. They're just fucking, like they're the thing about Custodes is they're good at every points level. Like
they're just gonna wreck face. There's like a whole bunch of builds that I was listening to. Longwall did a really cool breakdown of their list, and I'm gonna be honest, it just sounds absolutely disgusting. I can see Custodes being meta breaking. They're definitely gonna be bringing a lot of. They're definitely gonna bring the boys to the yard with their milkshakes. That's for sure. It's gonna get pretty disgusting.
Classic Khalees reference there.
Yeah, all over it.
The second one tonight. Oh, yeah.
Second one tonight. Oh, yeah. We're going to be...
So that's cool when it's the same reference twice, so...
Shut up.
Hey, said the dude who's spoken like 6 times all night.
Yeah, we've
Quality,
actually,
not quantity.
we've actually got people asking if your mic's actually switched on.
Most of the time it's not. I just switch it on when I feel like saying something.
Just when you want to do some. But yeah, so we got 3 new codexes. We got Custodes they've dropped. It's going to be exciting. As a Tau player, I'm very excited to see what Tau is going to get. Basically, most of the community is just like sitting back and is like, I'm going to wait to see what happens. I'm not too worried. I've got a fully painted Tau force, and my Riptides are just chilling out doing nothing. In the meantime, I'm building, Astra Militarum tanks. I'm not too fast, and if I get really desperate, there's a Hurricane I can look at.
You're a hurricane.
But yeah, that's the news for Age of Sigma. I mean, that's news for 40k. Ryan's going to take you through.
It's no news for Age of Sigma. We can
yeah, there is. Nobody cares about the Daughters of Cain thing and the little elf lady because everybody's been talking about Medusa Snake Lady for the past like 4 days, and I just refuse to go there. There's something new coming out for that. It's going to be amazing. If you'd like to know more, go and see every single podcast and YouTube cast known to man. They've all spoken about it.
Dark elves look sick.
Yeah. They do look really cool.
Snake women.
I'm just
The
not
snake women.
Yeah, I'm just not going to go there tonight. More importantly, we've got
Sexual snake ladies.
so there's this coming out soon, which is going to be really cool. Malign Portents accessories are up for pre-order soon. So these are the dice. There's also a combat gauge, and I think there's cards as well somewhere in there. But of course, it doesn't want to work properly for me because fuck, why would it? That's not even the. Is anybody else seeing that?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Just me.
No, wait, bring it up again. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, that's just weird. Anyway, there's also the battle tome. So Legions of Nagash battle tome pre-order will be out.
Ooh, gosh.
And then the thing that's got me really hyped is that's going to be so cool. So this is the War Scryer Citadel, previously known as the Skullvein Manse.
Skullvein.
So, yeah, that's going to be like I don't even care what I have to do. If somebody wants to buy one of my kids or something to fund this, that's fine.
Looks pretty good. Looks like a classic Blanchian style sort of building.
Yeah, it's
Pretty sick.
fucking badass. So, so all of that's coming out soon. And then, of course, there's been all the Nurgle releases lately. There's been the Malign Portents website. It's been going crazy with lots of little stories that you can read. There's the Witch Elves, of course. We already know about that. And then there's all the big events that have been on. While you're all listening about AOS stuff, check out the last couple of vids that Warhammer Weekly did. There's some really cool stuff there on what's coming out soon. And also Paul Conti did a episode recently where he got shit-faced and talked about Nurgle with Tom. So, yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
Love it.
That's all you're getting from
Nice and sweet. I like it.
Yep. Now, before we talk about 30K, gentlemen, it is time for Guess That Booty.
Oh, yeah. All right, better find my crayon.
So when Brynley's finding his crayon, I'm going to explain the rules to you. It's real simple. I'm going to show you the picture of an ass, and you're going to tell me what miniature owns that ass. I do know for a fact that Nathan has been brushing up on his booty. So, Tim, mate. All right.
Wait. So what are you doing? You're showing a picture of an ass, and then what do we have to do?
Guess what miniature it belongs to.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay, so it's not just a random human ass. Okay.
No,
He did do that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was for
Oh, did he?
Ryan spent 4 hours looking at naked
YouTube
men.
did ban us for a little bit, so.
Yeah.
Classic.
That was for ladies' night.
Classic bait and switch.
Yeah.
Somebody's butt.
Most embarrassing fap ever. Anyway, where is it? Let me find it. Okay, so I'm going to show you 10 booties.
All right, we got Tim and Nathan playing tonight.
You ready for this?
Another exciting game
just
where
looked at
the rules are
looked at the
made
back
up
of
and the points
every
don't matter. So
Yeah, all right.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. You ready, Nathan?
As ready as I can be.
Gentlemen,
we're out of 10.
Whoa.
Do it. First one.
Guess that booty.
Ooh.
Korax. Korax booty.
Can you elaborate?
Corvus Korax beauty. Primarch Corvus. Is this Corvus? No, it's not Corvus Korax. Whatever his fucking name is.
Nighthorn, Conrad Kurz.
No, he doesn't have a whip. Korax, then is it Corvus Korax? Am I losing my mind?
Yes, it is. Primarch of the Raven Guard.
Raven Guard, yeah.
Yeah, I just had a panic attack because there's a band called Corvus Korax, and then I was just like, wait, I'm just saying that band name. Look them up, by the way, if you're into medieval music, medieval/folk music. It's pretty good. Yeah,
So
Corvus Korax.
you got that one? Right.
His fucking whip.
That was Tim.
Right, Tim. 1 point to you.
Gentlemen, here we go.
Thanks.
Guess that booty.
It's yellow.
Congratulations. It's yellow.
Sigismund's ass. I'll stick my fucking fortune on it.
So Sigismund is who is Sigismund?
He's like the Imperial Fist. Yeah, what is he?
Company, first company.
First captain of the Imperial Fists.
Yeah, I guess so.
Indeed.
Big crybaby. Dawn's boyfriend, number one boyfriend.
I would be too if I had a really bad haircut like that.
He's such a crybaby, man. But he's one of the best fucking dudes in the game too, which is really
He's
annoying.
an absolute murderer.
All right, gentlemen. That's 2 for Tim. Nathan, wake up.
Just come and wake up, man.
I've been awake since 4. Give me a break.
Hey, I was awake
have a little
with
nap.
you, buddy. I was awake.
Have a little nap for the next 3 questions, and then you can still.
Then come home and tie it.
Here we go. Guess that booty.
Whoa.
That's so far out. Is there? Where's? I can't see any. Can't see any buttocks.
Oh, that's
Is it full? No, not full run.
What is that? I can't tell.
Temper's Children.
Oh, I know who it is. It's
Marius. Does he have a model? Marius Fibrosis?
No, it's Skrillex haircut fucking dude. I forget what his goddamn name is. He's the biggest jack off. Like he's the biggest jack off in the books. He's always just telling people off. Like
Eidolon?
Yeah, Eidolon, that's it.
Eidolon.
Yeah. He's the one who one of the Sons of Horus dudes is just like, just shut the fuck up and leave here or I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna cut
Lord Commander Eidolon of the Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
And 100% correct about the Skrillex haircut, by the way.
Yeah. Fulgrim fucking cuts his head off and throws it in a barrel of wine, and then everybody drinks that wine and party. And then later he's like, I feel bad for that dickhead, and like.
And he brings it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabius Bile put his head back on.
Yeah.
Huh, wow.
Throw this idiot's head back on. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Guess that booty.
Callus Typhon.
Oh, we have one for Nate Dog. It is indeed the first captain of the Death Guard.
All over it.
Pestilent duty.
Pretty badass looking. That's a hot ass.
So much better than the 40k one.
I
Bloody clown idiot.
It's just more realistic.
I'm still on the fence about that model. I am not a fan
but
at the moment.
Brynley, when we want your opinion, we'll fucking give it to you.
Shut up.
Here we go. Guess that booty.
Or take more.
I will tell you this. It is not a named character.
Oh shit! It's one of the. It's the Terminator.
Iron Man's Forge Father.
Forge Father. Forge Fiend. Forge Father. Or it's one of those the Terminators, whatever they're called. The
Oh yeah.
Gorgon Terminators.
Correct. It is a Iron Hands Legion Gorgon Terminator.
Ah yes. Boom. Just say shit until you win. Okay, I know how this works now.
Throw as many names out as possible.
Next one, gentlemen.
Horus.
Guess that booty.
That's a Contemptor.
Taste it.
Contemptor Dread's vented asshole.
Hey, I'm looking at one of those.
So it is the Thousand Suns Legion, to be exact. Or is it Osiron or whatever it is, pattern?
Siron, yeah.
Siron pattern, yeah.
Like a psychic dreadnought.
That's the auto cannon, I think.
Yeah, twin link auto cannon, and he's got a force fist, so you can get like instant death on a strength 10 AP2.
So that was another one to Nathan. Tim was a little bit slow there on that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Gentlemen, there's 4 more left. Nathan, you can
what is it, 3 to 5?
Mate.
3 to 3?
I believe it's 2 to 5 at the moment. So
2 to 5. All right, I'm gonna take a break for a bit.
Oh, actually.
All right.
It's 2 to 4.
It's 2 to 4. There we go.
2 to 4. Okay.
Here we go. Thank God for Brynley and his crown. Guess that booty.
Fellblade, Legion Fellblade, Legion Glaive, Legion.
Mate, you're gonna have to pick one of them.
You have to pick one.
Shit. Actually, hold on. Let me count the rivets. I believe that is a Legion Falchion.
Nathan, do you want to come in at all, or are you okay?
It's one of the things that Tim said.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick one. I'll let you both pick an answer.
You said a Falchion. I'll say a Fellblade.
It is the Fellblade.
Damn, mustn't be a historically accurate rendition. That many rivets.
Some
Mustn't
random
have been.
Forge World pattern.
Forge World must have just fucked up there. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Guess that booty.
That's disgusting.
What?
What is that, like
Is
a
that
tree?
Samus?
Samus.
You're
What the
Samus.
hell? Must be Samus, right? There's no other Dogman. Is it a fluffy bushy tail?
Are you trying to trick
Oh no,
us
it's one of Man Ross's wolves.
Becky or Gary or
Yeah, Frecky or
Jim
Gary.
or Bob or...
I'll get Gary. He said Frecky. I'll get Gary.
Okay, so it is the Wolfkin of Russ.
Which one is that? There's two of them. It's Frecky and Gary.
Yeah, that's the white
Brush
one.
up on your heresy, please, Ryan.
You're shit.
I would have just accepted Wolfkin of Russ. So it was the cooler of the two. All right, here we go.
Who won that one?
Yeah, who won that one? Because we went 1-1 and one each way. And there's that's
And you
right.
couldn't tell us
Technicality.
which one it was.
Yeah. Sorry, you can have it, dude. You can have it.
Oh, there you go. Look, sportsmanship
You
is
feel sorry for
alive
him.
and kicking. Nathan's
Okay,
like, I don't need your pity. All right, here we go.
Who to go?
Have my pity.
Guess that booty.
Tiebreaker, people.
Who
No.
said that?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah, it is
Son of a
indeed Khan, the bloody 8th captain of the World Eaters. Is that right?
Ooh.
9th captain.
Yep.
8th captain.
Yeah.
8th
Yeah,
captain. Shit, sorry, it's been a
Captain
while.
of the 8th Company.
I've been reading, I don't know, some book 28 or some crap. So I'm in there
Betrayer?
somewhere. It's the
The one that you don't like,
Emperor of
Betrayer.
Mankind. Emperor of Mankind. No, not Betrayer. That was so boring. That book took way too long. Anyway, here we go.
Last one.
Booty.
Can you zoom in on that?
That's the Nurgle demon little bubble guy. Shit, I'm never gonna guess his name there. Nurgle guy.
Is it like something utter blight?
Corvax.
Demon Prince of the Ruined Storm. Yes.
Yeah, it was. Who gets that one there?
So, well, Nathan got the Utter Blight, and you got the callbacks.
So it's one. So we're on 4.5 each now. Okay.
So you are on 4.5 each now.
Okay. Whoever gets the next one right, then I guess.
But here's the problem:
You don't have another one.
there is no next one. So
Is
I'm
there
No tiebreaker. You didn't prepare for a
Of
tiebreaker.
course, I did.
What kind of chicken shit outfit is this?
Are you okay?
You have you got a tiebreaker ready?
Of course.
Searching for miniature asses.
Is that all right?
Horus Heresy asshole. Type that in.
Fucking 5-all.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to type in?
Type in Horus Heresy asshole. It'll actually probably come up with this dude that we know called Cat from the Outer Circle.
Wow, I'm not even disturbed.
Shots fired.
I am. I'm a little bit shocked.
He knows it.
I'm a little bit shocked. All right.
Oh my god.
God damn it. I can't ask this question.
How many people are watching this live now?
3.
Oh, okay.
Brynley,
You need to give
it's 4.5 even. I can't ask this question.
All right.
4.5 even. Wait, how does that even work? No, there should have been. Wait. Was there only 9 questions?
It was 10.
Then how's there 9.5?
Sure.
How's there only 9
Yeah, we fucked
points?
the score.
Well, look, I don't
We
know
fucked the
because
score.
Brynley's got the crayon and he's miscounting.
What sort of New Zealand maths is this?
I got the last one, and then Nathan got the second last one. So he must have been on
So
5,
there was
4,
Horus,
and then we got
Thorax,
half each. So he wins by 1.
Sigismund, Eidolon, Callus Typhon, the Gorgon Terminator, the Contemptor Dreadnought, the Legion Fellblade, the Wolfkin, Khan, and Corvax Otherblight.
So Brynley's just done bad at
So
scorekeeping.
Brynley's
Yeah,
just.
yeah, Nathan also had 5, and then it was 5-4, and then we got half
So
each.
what you'll
So
notice
he
here
won.
is
He's 5.5 to 4.
Brynley ate the crayon at like question 7, and it's fucking.
I'm going to say
You should,
it's a
I reckon
tiebreaker
it's
at the moment. But
Fucking, it's It's a Queensland way, man. Don't worry.
The first person to tell us what our last episode was about wins.
40k. Age of Sigma.
Oh, what was it?
Flying trolls. Troll
Oh
cam.
my god! Come on, guys. It
Crop
was on that
circles.
goddamn show last week.
Crop circles. Homebrew.
I haven't watched it and I can't remember.
Jesus
Stormbirds.
fucking Christ!
It was Gav
Age of
Thorpe.
Sigma.
Oh, there we go. Look, all right.
You had a
Nathan,
guess. It was Gav Thorpe.
Yeah, how was
My
he? I haven't listened to it. It was
Sent you a
actually-
question you didn't even ask him.
There you go. There you go.
No,
Nathan.
that's because he answered it before we could
I
ask.
quit. No, he didn't. It wasn't a 30k character. I asked about a 30k character.
Hang on a
and he
second.
gave
I
you a
can
40k
fix
one.
Nathan's issue here. Hang on a second.
This is the recrimination
there we go.
segment of the show.
I've just got the option to mute people, so I've done that now. Right, so,
Doesn't work so well when I can unmute myself.
oh, he knows how to
he's
confuse.
hacked
He's
you.
got the computer
Hack.
skills. You're a hacker.
Fucking hack.
All right.
Oh.
So, gentlemen, moving into our segment tonight is obviously 30k. The two of you, probably some of the biggest 30k players that I'm aware of, especially in the southeast Queensland area, with a lot of tournaments under your belts and a lot of knowledge as well. So we're going to pick your brain a little bit. Brynley's got more questions than me because he's a 40k, 30k buff, and personally, I think you both suck and should play AOS. But I really, 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 really like the 30k models, and I think they're really sexy. So what I want to know is, we've got the fantasy side of things, or AOS, whatever you want to call it, and then there's 40k. So explain to me why 30k.
Because it's so. Have you heard of the wildly popular Horus Heresy novel series?
No, I've never read more than 25 of those books.
Only 25. Yeah, I probably only read about 20 or 25 of them as well. Because and you know that I think that's probably a lot of where the fandom comes from, is those novels. There's like tons of shit hot characters in there. You know, like I like some of them really good. Some of them I'm just like, oh, I'm out, man. I get halfway through, or I get sort of part way into it.
Damnation of Pythos.
Yeah. But yeah, where
there's so many books around.
he's just got a huge pile of books.
These are the best. These are the
Visions of
freaking
War,
best.
what is that? Visions of Heresy. Yeah, Visions of Heresy is a fucking bomb. So yeah, Visions of Heresy is probably like one of the major inspirations before, and that's probably what inspired the book series. There was so Visions of Heresy, there was a card game. So Games Workshop licensed some dudes to do a whole shit ton of Heresy artwork for this card game. It was like a whatever it's called, CCG, CMG, GGC, whatever the fuck. And that was like pretty popular. People were pretty crunk about the art in there. So then Games Workshop released a book called Visions of Heresy, which was like all of I think it was actually 3 books to begin with, and then they put it
all into one and released it as a special collector's edition thing.
Yeah, a good old cash grab. But I got the big fat one. And that's what she said. And it was awesome. Like, I'd just sit there and just like page through it and shit, and just be like, yeah, this is the fucking bomb. So I think like the combination of that followed by the novels meant that there was like a whole ton of people just like thinking about the heresy. Like, you know, lots of people were fucking balls deep in it, but there was no miniatures. You had to go and play fucking 40k. There was like early attempts by, you know, like it was remember when Bell of Lost Souls wasn't just like fucking Bell of Soulless clickbait, and it was like fucking, you know, like they actually had articles and game supplements and, you know,
quality content. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I tried to help the hobby sort of thing, you know, whatever. Shout out to those guys. They also, some dude on Bell of Lost Souls reckons Heresy's dead somehow, but anyway.
Good on you for selling out. I mean, good on you for providing hobby content.
Yeah. So yeah, those guys, they used to put out like some cool shit, and they had like a Bad Eye Wars supplement, and then they had a Heresy supplement, so they had rules, and that was like the earliest thing. And then at about so I think the novels were about 2006. Like the Visions of Heresy was sort of early to mid noughties. And then in 2012, the Black Book, like basically Forge World was just like, hey, look at all these fucking cool supplements we've done, like Siege of Rax, which is fucking awesome. There's a fucking shitload. You know, the fall of Orpheus. The Battle Wars that they did was fucking incredible as well. And they were like, all right, fucking
That was
let's
totally
just
the test
go.
for Heresy.
Yeah, let's just go like fucking full bore into the Heresy. So the first book they brought out in 2012 was Massacre, and Betrayal. Yeah, and Betrayal is the Ispan 3 story, which we're actually playing now.
Which is absolutely amazing. I love that story.
Where
It's so good.
The big four of just traitorous dickhead legions like gather over this planet, and they're like, okay, send down everyone who's basically born on Terra or has like sympathies for the Emperor or is like balls deep in the Emperor and will never turn against him. They send them all down, and then as soon as they're engaged in fighting just some cultist fucking fools on a planet, they like virus bomb the planet and like bombard fucking troop concentrations and send jets down and shit to bomb the fuck out of them. Once that virus bomb just kills like fuckloads of the Marines, basically they send down Titans to go and blow them up. Anyone who was hiding in sort of shielded catacombs or whatever.
They all bombard it after they've done the virus bomb as well, and then they just burn the whole unit. The book's really cool because it goes into like different characters as well, and you can you read about how they're all trying to get into bunkers and bunker down, and there's the dude inside the dreadnought who's like, oh, I'm pretty fucked, I'm probably gonna die here. Oh
yeah, Ryan Lanor, the Unyielding or something. Yeah, he gets like fucking turned to liquid by the Life Eater virus.
Yeah, absolute legend.
Yeah, so and then Angron, being Angron, it just does like a fucking super dick movie. He's just like, there's still dudes down there, fucker, I'm gonna go down there right now, and then just takes all of his fucking legion down and start like just fucking hacking, just attacking the survivors, and then it basically just like Horus has to send down more troops to support them because the dudes who are down there are just like fiercely resisting and shit. So it just turns into from a classic just fucking cold execution move into like they should have just done they should have just blown the planet to ashes, basically. Use some sort of
cyclonic warhead, just go bang.
Crash the moon into it or something, they totally fucked apart because it turned into a big shit fight down there, which is fucking hilarious. So that was the first book that came out, and it only had rules for the first 4 legions. So it wasn't until I think a year later.
Loken needs an honourable mention as well.
Loken.
Jono's just mentioned him in the chat as well. He's my main man as well.
The opening trilogy of the Black Library novels, Loken was just brilliant, I thought.
Yeah, I was there the day the Warmaster fell, the Emperor fell, whatever the fuck it was. I remember.
Yeah. Loken's fucking shit up, man. He's Initiative 6, Weapon Skill 6, Paragon Blade, can instant death people.
Went toe to toe with Abaddon.
Yep.
And
so after that, that was 2012. 2012, and then I think like maybe a year and a half later they brought out Book 2, which was the first half of the Istvan 5, and then a year later. So since 2012 they've dropped 7 books total. So what's that like? That's 5 years. They've dropped 7 books. So they've really fucking smashed them out. The first event that I can track down is one that we actually played in Brisbane. So as far as I can tell, this is from asking people, trying to figure it out, doing detective work over the last couple of years or 3 years that we've had our podcast. As far as I can tell, the first event was actually held in Brisbane as well, which was the Emperor's Legions event run by John Sutton. So, and I was there. It was a good event. It was invite only basically, and I think there was only 10 players. We played games on 4x4s, and I had a Mechanicum army at that point. This is April 2013. So the only Mechanicum shit was the Castellax and the Thalax, which is the little jetpack dudes. And there was only 2 models. I had to make the most out of that to make my 1,000 points. But yeah, so that was the early days of gaming. We only had 1,000-point armies, and the first event. So we're talking only 2013. So it's only 5 years ago that literally people were just scrabbling together 1,000-point armies to play events. So in 5 years we've gone from that to having massive events at sort of all the major conventions and that sort of thing.
60, 25, 100-point armies at open war.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's all right.
So it's not going to be as big as 40k. It's more expensive than 40k in some ways. The rules are a different system to what mainstream Games Workshop's going with now. So there's people who are resistant to that.
30k was more similar to just 7th edition.
So it is 7th. Well, it's using the 7th edition rules, but they've because 40k has moved to 8th ed. 7th edition is like a totally different rule set. They've just dropped the 1st edition Heresy rule set, I guess you could call it,
which is a slightly modified version of 7th.
Yep.
Kind of some erratas applied to the rules and just removing stuff that's not relevant.
Yeah, and it's also based off like the army
players to come though, like. Because there was a few people that, when I say a few, there was quite a lot of people that were pretty shitty about 8th. So do you think that they'll go, grass is green on the other side, 30k is basically 7th edition, let's go do that instead?
Yeah, if there were balls deep in like end of saga 7th ed 40k where you had all the formations, all that fucking shit, then they're not going to be happy with 30k either, because 30k basically the army selections. The way scoring and everything works, that harkens all the way back to 5th edition. It basically hasn't, like, the lists have barely changed. Anything, the army selection, there is multiple 4-sword charts, but they're all like, none of them are like, oh, yeah, you can just take like fucking 16 hellhounds or whatever the fuck, you know. It harkens way back to the era, to the 5th edition style thing where you have your HQ and 2 troops. That's the basic Vorsorg, and then basically you have to have all your troops scoring. Yeah, and there's rights of war which expand list. Obviously there's 18 legions, and then you can have like traitor and loyalist versions of most of those legions as well. And then on top of that, you've got 3
Mechanicum factions.
Yeah,
many different militia.
Militia lists.
Yeah.
Talons of the Emperor now as well with the Custodes and Sisters of Silence. You can take knights as a list, and I think the next book, which has only just been announced today, that Angelus, which was going to be Dark Angels and Blood Angels, which was meant to come out next year or really late this year. Apparently that's been pushed back, but they are dropping a book 8 called Malevolence, which sounds like, that sounds to me like it's going to be demons, dark mech, that sort of shit. So that's just entirely going off like a fucking word, like
poor Dark Angels players.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. They've got their Legion rules. They just don't have Promarch rules or special characters, but all of those special characters are tied into the fluff that's in the Black Book. And I mean, if Alan Bligh hasn't written, Alan Bligh, who basically wrote all the first 7 books, he passed away in March, March or February. It was early this year.
Was it May?
May? Yeah, it wasn't the weekend, was it?
It was only just before 8th dropped.
Yeah, so he just passed away, and he'd done like most of the works. I mean, he's done like 7 books in 5 years sort of thing. So he's a powerhouse. So, I mean, if he hasn't written all the fluff and everything for the Blood Angels and Dark Angels, then it's going to be tough for them to just sort of like, oh shit, how are we going to do special characters and things? So I can imagine that if he's already written all the dark Mechanicum stuff, then and demons and adding demons into legions, maybe, or whatever he's written, maybe they're just sort of separating that off and saying, oh, we can ship this now to buy time, and then we'll make a good Blood Angels sort of rule set or whatever. But that's just entirely based off like one word that people have said in a chat. So, and maybe reading too much into it. But the thing is, like, the hobby's grown fucking really fast.
Shitload. I mean,
if tons of people spending.
Yeah, if the events are anything to go by, I mean, like the 30k event that Nathan's TOing at the moment and that he's organised, you've done a really great job as well, Nathan. Is I didn't expect it, and I'm not like off this cast. I'm not 30k is so shit and 40k is so shit and everything like that. Like they've each got their place, and most of them are bigger than AOS. But in all honesty, I thought that 30k would get 6, 7, 8 people from the north side of Brisbane in for this game, and Nathan's like basically needs a fucking PA and a team of guys to help. Like it's just massive.
I was expecting 10 and we had 18.
Yeah, that's bloody awesome.
And that was with 2 people pulling out within the last 2 days. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, you always get pull out. You always get pull out. You always get pull out. Sounds like a weird term, but dropouts.
Pull out.
I reckon if you for every 12 people who are coming, I reckon 2 of them drop out. So
yeah, seems about right.
if I've got 24, if I've got like 12 tables and I've got 20, and I can easily have 24 people, I'll just invite like I'll probably try and sell like 26 tickets or something like that, and then like if you can always have 4-ways and that sort of thing. So and there's always going to be dropouts. Like I always just overbook. Yeah, overbook and you'll achieve. And even if you're missing, if you've got a couple spare tables, that's cool. Like fucking gives people more shit to play on too. So.
Well, me and Nathan this morning, while we went for our brisk 4 a.m. walk through the park built for all the self-indulgent winners with too much money in our area, we're talking about this as well, and how basically I think it's getting to the point with 30K now, especially in Southeast Queensland scene, where your only limitation is how many tables you can put terrain on. Like, if we added 10 more tables and 10 tables worth of terrain, I'm pretty sure that Nathan would be able to fill it. Do you know what I mean? And the same with you guys as well, Horus guys. Like, I'm sure you guys wouldn't have any trouble either.
Yeah, it's just getting a venue. Like one of the things that sort of we've really pushed hard in our show, and just like we've run events to do it, and now we've got other people running events the same way we do as well, is just to try and like basically like fucking break down all the fucking just same shit that everyone's been doing at events for the last however many years, like so having timed rounds, like we were talking about that earlier. Like we don't have any timed rounds. Basically you turn up and like usually you've pre-arranged, because like most people know each other in the scene. There's like pretty active Facebook groups. Everyone just calls each other calls each other Australians.
Really, he used the J word.
Mate.
Oh shit,
mate.
And then anyway, you know what I mean. So people know each other. People people will travel pretty far to play 30K as well, because there's tons of sort of super awesome fucking dudes who paint. Like they might only play in like 2 or 3 events a year, but they're just painting and fucking like honing their skills and that sort of shit all year.
Making amazing shit.
So usually you've got some games lined up already, like before you even go. And then so we don't have like timed rounds. You can play like 4 games. You can play 6 games of Zone Metals. We try and have mixed tables. That's what we had at Aries, was having the ZM tables at one end and then bigger 6x4s, so you can play a variety of different missions. Like sometimes you might just want to chill out and play an easy like 1,000-point Zone Metals game. If there's an hour before lunch and you're just like, let's just try and smash a game out. You can smash out a quick game, get some victory points for your side, and get them up on the scoreboard. And then after lunch you might come and be like, oh hey, do you want to play like a 4,000-point game for the last like 4 hours of the day, sort of thing, and just like, yeah, cool, I'll throw down, like I'll bring my fucking Warhound out and smash your shit out.
But that's another important point as well, that some people might not actually realize. What you said there is that you might have a game and win some points for your team. Now at the last 30K tournament that I was at, I asked a couple of people, who's winning? And they said, oh, well, the loyalists are winning. And I went, what do you mean the loyalists are winning? Like, what are you placing? And they just looked at me and they're like, we're not placing. The loyalists are currently winning.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. For me, that's
I don't even keep track of scores. I just ask people for their result and throw it on a tally, and don't actually care who did what. Just, a loyalist did this, a traitor did this. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't the win-loss thing isn't really important. Like there's definitely, you can depending on the missions, if you once you throw in custom missions and that sort of thing, which is something that we do as well. Special points of interest, where like suddenly you might just find an archaeotech thing or whatever, like you just that's worth 20 campaign points. So as long as you hold that at the end of the game, that's 20. They're not victory points, so you might lose the game. Say you lose the game 3-1, whatever, but you're holding that archaeotech trove. That's 20 campaign points for your side, which is like a fucking huge major victory, even though you've sacrificed yourself doing that mission. So there's lots of ways that having the scoreboard up on the whiteboard. Like we don't fucking audit lists. You can bring whatever shit you want. You're organizing your own games, remember? So like, if you bring a total fucking dick list and you don't know anyone and you kick the shit out of the first dude, people are gonna go, how about you turn down your list, dickhead, or whatever, and then you'll realize, oh, okay, and that's what we say. You can bring as many lists as you want. You can bring like as long as you stay on your side, so loyalist or trader, you could bring like a different. You could have like bring your Mechanicum and your Marine Army and go, oh, I want to play you with this and you with that. It doesn't really matter. Like It's not a
Pretty cool.
competitive thing. There's no fucking podiums. What we always say is there's no blowjobs for winning. So
There aren't?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can organize a blowjob league. Like,
This is
I'm in for a
bullshit.
blowjob league.
It's the
but,
whole reason
like,
why Brynley started playing Tau.
Fucking mute this
Yeah,
guy.
until-
I'm out. I'm done.
Until somebody
I've
sets
had
up a
it.
blowjob league, like, we might as well just like have fun, you know, like.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
play
And
it
Age of
promote the
Sigmar,
way it-
where I know everyone sucks each other's dick.
The way the
As
soon as-
campaign points work, it stops people giving up as well, because
Yeah.
that 3 points you get when you lose 10-3 might be the difference between an overall trader win by a point or a loss by 5 or 6 points. So it's it promotes you actually playing your games properly instead of just going, oh, this guy's a shitbird, I'm just going to throw the game and lose 15 blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen that really happen at a 30k event, because usually it's just kind of like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm going to try and do as much damage to you on the way out, or,
Okay,
you know,
so-
whatever.
So at events, and obviously because like 30k is a fairly expensive hobby to have, especially prior
It's
to the
not, though.
release of the box sets, where it was actually where it's quite reasonably
Yeah.
priced for what you're able to do. Was there like a big problem within the circuits of, like, let's say ChinaCast getting out there? Was there like a?
Oh, don't get this. No.
I don't even know, man.
I'm gonna
Like,
skip this question.
Do you guys like?
Fuck, God damn it.
You
In
guys,
I'll tell you what
Australia, in
I'll tell you
Australia,
what I feel like. I don't care what fucking rules you use. You can go and like use like the 6th ed rules or the 5th ed rules, or play a 2nd ed game. You can play a fucking game of like if you organize it beforehand, you can spend that time playing like a game of Battlefleet Gothic if you want. I just want to fucking score. So you can. I don't care. Like, I'm all for like none of your fucking business. It's none of your fucking business. I don't care. I don't fucking care. As long as your shit's painted and we're playing on like a fucking decent table, or one of my tables, which I think are decent, then fucking that's all good. Like, I don't care. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your fucking gender fucking pronoun. I didn't need to know any of that fucking bullshit. I just want to play a painted game and for you not to be a fuckhead.
And that's
Easy.
a
Done.
lot of time
Fucking
you
who cares?
have. That's all the time you have to
Okay.
answer that question. Don't ask this guy anything else about fucking recast or painted.
price-wise,
Brynley.
it's not even that
definitely
I don't
bad.
know anything about
contact him after the show for price
don't know
of
anything about
podcast. Don't do that. Won't know a thing. Won't help you.
See,
I literally don't know anything about it.
He knows
this was
nothing.
my argument with Nathan. I said, "Oh, the price of entry is too high," and Nathan said, "Well, shut the fuck up, Ryan, because you're wrong." And then he said, "Nathan."
In Australia, I don't think it's actually that bad, because our prices for the plastic GW stuff are so over the top ananyway.
Yeah.
Recently, GW had a Predator bundle where you could get 3 Predators for $255
Oh, I remember this.
Australian. I could go and get 3 Forge World Predators for $240 Australian.
Yeah, so
So, like, the price argument isn't really that much of a thing, and it's made even less by the plastic box sets in Calth and Prospero as well.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a pretty cool
if any-
sets as well.
That's the thing. If anything's hurt like Games Workshop's sort of market, it's because or Forge World's market, it's because all of their infantry that they used to sell in 5-man bags in resin are now just in plastic. So no one's ever going to, like they've got to have taken a massive hit on their resin infantry. So I mean, I can imagine that's the biggest problem, because those Calth boxes, people are trading them like fucking Bitcoin, like just fucking, I'll give you 3. Oh, how much is a Fellblade? Oh, that's worth 2 Calth boxes or 2.5 Calth boxes. So yeah, like the plastic's fucking massive, man. It's added so many players, and we created basically like so. What happened is when that Calth box came out, and suddenly people were like, "Oh, cheap infantry! I'm gonna fucking smash out a infantry army with dreadnoughts and shit." What we realized is that the people who'd been playing since like 2013 all had these like dick smashing vehicle heavy lists with like tons of stick-around tanks and fucking ordnance and Typhons and Fellblades and all this shit, because we'd been like fucking escalating games for years and years and years. So like each meta, the longer you have a meta, like power gaming is just like the whole idea of like dick lists and power gaming thing. There's definitely that fucking bullshit. But if you have just like I play weekly games of 30k down at Magic Vault, and like if I play against the same dude 7 weeks in a row, and I have the ability to change my lists, obviously I'm just going to take out underperforming units because they piss me off, and be like, I'm going to put this in to fix this problem in my list, and put in this to fix this problem. So your lists do become either tuned or like slightly more powerful than somebody who's just buying like a bunch of calc boxes and running all infantry. So that's why we created Centurion mode, which is basically like harks back to like second ed. I don't know how long you guys have been playing. I've been playing since second ed. And the armies back then, basically the Land Raider kit and the Rhino kit, that I don't think by the time we started playing at 96, I think, and the Land Raider kit was out of production, and you could get Rhinos and stuff, 3 Dreadnoughts, you know, and Terminators and shit, and like light things sort of fighting each other. And that's the aesthetic that fucking like, and then slowly since third ed, they've sort of escalated the vehicles, and you end up like with a sort of weird scale where if you can have a 1500 point game where people have just taken all vehicles or whatever. So what we did is we took out all the vehicles, flyers, drop pods, and then we limited a whole bunch of things to 0 to 1 choices like artillery, or automata, which are like the robots, killbots, that sort of thing. Biker squads, jet bike squads, that sort of thing. Limited them down to 1 each, and basically so that it just to drive people into running the games that, like, if you look at those books, there's special characters and there's the Legion of Astartes rules, but a lot of those just don't fucking matter when you're playing a 3,000 point just tank fest. So that Centurion mode has really taken off. People are really happy with that because it really like it shines the differences between the legions. Because if you're playing a 3,000 point game where 2/3 of your shit is all tanks, it doesn't matter what legion tanks they are, except for some times. You might as well just be playing. You could just be playing any old tanks. Whereas if you're playing all infantry and characters and that sort of thing, then Legion of Astartes rules, which is the difference between the different legions, like really shines, and there's a ton more sort of dirty tricks and tactics you can use. So what we've been trying to do is Zone Mortalis as its own thing, 1,000 point, 1,200 point, whatever, Zone Mortalis. Centurion games, which is about 1,500 to 2,000 points, played on a 6x4 with like twice as much terrain as a normal game,
Sorry,
normal table.
Just before we carry on, I'd just like to point out, you know, because you do this casting thing quite a lot as well, Tim, and sometimes you just come across people that are major dickheads.
Yeah.
So there's one in chat at the moment called Jehovah's Misfits.
What a name!
I just wanted to give him his 5 seconds of fame and say, "Wow, I wish I was as cool as you, buddy."
Props for effort.
That's it.
Who is it? Ask him what his name is.
I don't know, but he's actually in a Warhammer chat quoting Bible scripture. So,
but he's like, what the fuck's going on here, folks? Christians are extinct like the dinosaurs. Wow, this guy is trolling hard. Thank you. This is you're only our third troll to be on AusHammer.
2 of them tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I do apologize for.
I'll take the blame for that. I'll take the blame for that. But yeah, so, and then the third level games is basically what we call frontline games. Just like none of this is fucking set in stone. This is just sort of what we've sort of figured out that we think sort of works well, which is 2,500 points plus, and that's unrestricted. So you can take all the fucking crazy shit. You can take all the tanks. You can take your Legio Cybernetica list, which is all robots. You can take your full like Talons, speeder, skimmer lists. You can take a list which is just all knights, which is pretty fucking cool. You know, all of your sort of just big ticket items, because it's just you know, it just stops people who are running an all infantry army or want to play with all infantry and characters and shit from just getting shot off the table by tanks. So, and that as well makes it much easier to sort of for the dudes looking for dudes, because you go, hey, you want to play ZM? Yeah, I know what I'm going to get. You want to play a frontline game? Yes, I know what I'm going to get. Same with Centurion mode. So that's just something we've been trying, and I mean, you know, that's it seems to be working pretty well. There's a bunch of clubs and things running the Centurion mode, and people are enjoying it. That's all I can say.
Love it.
It's a long-winded explanation. I don't know what we were.
I remember
what was the question?
When I first started at like 10.
Well, we just went on that tangent. You just go on, buddy. I like it.
So poor Jehovah's Misfit is now in timeout, and all his messages are getting auto-deleted. That's unfortunate.
Oh, is he? Oh, those naughty mods.
I know.
Ask him about Genesis, man. Ask him about Genesis. Ask why.
What I want to know is there was Adam and Eve, and then they had 2 sons, and then all of a sudden one of them had a wife. That shit freaks me out. But moving on.
Yeah, that was one of the other people. That was one of the other people that God didn't create.
Yeah, that's the bit. So
I can understand 40k lore. I'm like all about the warp, all about that stuff. But the second some guy starts talking about religion, I'm just like I'm very confused. Like, can I roll sixes with this, or is this gonna help me? Do I need like a 12-inch move, or
just ask them why. Ask them why in Genesis God
what's
says.
going on?
Just my question is, ask them why in Genesis it says we made them in our image instead of my image. Like, how many gods are there, man?
But
one, more than one. Tell me the truth.
I can't.
I need to know how many there are.
I think
a practicing disciple of Nagash, I can't, in good conscience, ask that question.
Yeah, there are clearly only 4 gods, and there are of the ruinous powers. So
when it comes to 30k versus 40k, what are the major differences between the two systems?
The whole rule set is totally different. And
what are the three? What are the most major differences? Because I mean, at one stage or another, it seems like most of 30k rules were 40k rules or something like that, but the games still seem to be played very differently. So what is it?
There's no formations, man. There's no formations. There's no like any of the stuff that happened at the end of 7th ed 40k. Basically, like, they didn't adopt any of that. There's no death from the skies. There was no like there's no armies that didn't have HQs, any of that sort of crazy shit, you know. And because most people, and as you said, you know, armies are expensive, people were still like Michael, who I podcast with. He's been using the same army since like he's painting an Emperor's Children army now, but he's been using that same Imperial Fist army that he started using in 2013. So you know, he's been using the same army.
Yeah, armies have a lot longer life cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no fucking books like like the book 7 when that came out early last year. That was that was the first time really that there's been like some insane codex creep style behavior. The Talons list, mainly only the custodes in that, are just way underpriced, and just fucking super OP. So, and I mean, there's some builds that you can do. Some that, like Ross and Magnus are better than some of the other Primarchs because they have like negs to hit and that sort of thing, which no other Primarchs have. So they just sort of did some weird like paradigm bending rules in there, which they haven't done before. But before that, like, fucking, it's not like 40k where there's like a different edition every fucking time. Like, since 2013, I think Heresy in 2012, when the first book came out, if you read the start of that, it says that it's made for 5th edition 40k.
Yeah.
And the rules from that, like, you can still use any rules that are in that book seamlessly with the current rules. So nothing like it's not like 40k where there's like been 3 editions in that time, and every month a new army comes out that breaks some fucking thing in your army. So then you're like, oh fuck, oh my god, fuck.
The main thing from Betrayal is the super heavies. Yeah. They've gone from structure points to hull points.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically the same thing anyway. It's just multiple.
Yeah, like whenever I see those sort of the 40k forums, because it's just a roiling tempest of like, what's fucking powerful this week sort of thing. It reminds me of that scene from Rick and Morty where he goes into the microverse and then they get trapped in there, and then him and this like green alien are like, fucking, I'm gonna get my way out of here. And then he's like, hey, what's he doing over there? What's he crafting? I can craft too. And then he's like, I'm gonna craft something. And they're just like crafting back and forth. That's basically like what the 40k has been like, because like, oh, what's this list? Oh, I've got to fucking change this. Oh, I'm gonna buy. Oh, I just realized if I take
chasing the meta, like I was talking about with the Elder and the Dark Reapers, like literally the next big tournament we're going to see. So probably Adepticon, people are going to be, obviously they're going to have a look at the AVO. They're going to be having a look at Adepticon now and seeing how they can craft a list to beat basically what list we're taking out the meta. So it's obviously a lot of Dark Reapers.
You're crafting Dark Reapers. I'm going to craft something else. I'm going to craft something that fires before you get to fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be like all sorts of crazy, and I think that's going to determine how badly everything's going to be nerfed. I think GW is probably going to take a bit of a backseat.
40k is a massive alpha strike game now.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, surely a drop pod list. Wouldn't a drop pod list be good? Because there's nothing on the table. The Dark Reapers have fuck all to shoot at, and then you arrive out of your drop pods. And just
except the fact drop pods are about 7,000 points each. So in a 2,000 point list, you get less than one model.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to, like, it's not like 8th edition where you could just like pie plate an entire board with like 36 drop pods and like basically have objectives secured for like 3/4 of the table.
Yeah.
Whereas, now they're super expensive. But we're gonna
there's another big thing actually, the difference between 7th 40k and 30k. In 7th or in Heresy, not everything scores.
Yeah,
You've only got pretty much most of your troops' choices scores. Tim gets non-scoring ones with his Castellax. But for the most part, it's only your compulsory troops choices that score, and then there's a couple of random elite units that also score. Other than that, they can just stop you holding an objective, but they can't actually capture an objective. Whereas 40k, everything could capture an objective.
I want to in the Emperor of Mankind. There's
Master of Mankind.
Master of Mankind. My bad. Fuck, how dare I?
Pay attention to what you're doing, please.
How
sorry,
rude.
I'm multitasking. But they're fighting for the webway, or in the webway, and there's all of these tunnels and all that sort of thing. And in it says some of them are big enough for dreadnoughts and knights and stuff like that. And some of them
there's Wall of Titans in there, like fighting this huge city.
And some of them are only big enough to fit a single man. Is that because stuff like that, and 30k is such a fluff-orientated game as well, and there's no way of escaping that, and you wouldn't want to. It makes it amazing. If somebody wanted to go and replicate that, would you be able to actually play a game like that?
Make it happen.
Yeah, dude, we're looking at in November, so towards the end of this year, early November, maybe somewhere in October, because the Brook is an aircon, so you got to make sure we work it around the hottest times of the year. But I'm going to run like a Crusade era event, so you can take any of the lists from 30k plus adding in Eldar from 6th ed or 7th ed, whichever fucking Eldar codex you want to use, whichever one feels closest to your heart. You can use the 5th ed Eldar codex if you want, because they all there's going to be barely any fucking problems with them working.
Just quickly talking about Eldar and going back to that idea of deep striking with drop pods for a single command point. The Dark Reapers can actually shoot at targets that are deep striking in. So so they're all kinds of rape. Thanks, Marky, helping us out.
Dark Reapers, damn! I need to get some Dark Reapers for this event at the end of the year, because I'm doing an Elder Aspect army. But it sounds like they're going to be someone's driving up the price like Bitcoin, or maybe there'll be a crash. I have to wait. If everybody's got like 20 fucking Dark Reapers, by the time Adepticon's finished and they nerf Dark Reapers, right, or somebody crafts something fucking better than it, then there'll be a mass, like the people will be dumping those Dark Reapers. I'll be able to get a bunch.
That's what happened to Tau and Riptide.
Yeah, there you go. You just gotta buy when shit's been nerfed, and then just hope that Games Workshop inexplicably just makes it way more powerful next edition or something. Also, but yeah, if you want to do a War in the Webway, there's a full Talons list, so you got tons of fucking Custode stuff. You've got all the Dread.
How good would that be, man? Like, Custodes are badass, and the whole idea of a war in the Webway is sexy.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard to make a Webway table. Like, if you read that book, it's just like there's like trees and fucking dirt and other shit in there, like whatever. Like anything goes, man. Like there's it's a weird like fucking alien realm. So you can just put if you've got a minute.
Hopefully the next Black Book gives us the demon rules that we'll need to be able to do that sort of battle as well from that end.
Yeah.
So you can use current ones, but hopefully the next book would provide more appropriate ones.
That's where that demon who was born from the first murder or whatever is shit as well. So,
Drachnian.
Yeah.
There's tons of Mechanicum units you can use there too. All the like Skitarii and shit, just bring them across from 7th ed. Like all those books still exist. It's not like when Games Workshop changes editions, they fucking press a button and all the books in people's bookshelves like set on fire. You can actually get them cheap now. So and to do a Webway table, if you go to miniaturescenery.com, they've got a ton of like pretty cheap like Eldar.
How good are they, man?
Just Eldar shaped looking shit. Then they've got bridges and all sorts of things, little platforms that are awesome for playing Centurion infantry based games on, because everyone can run down bridges and storm each other and hack each other's heads off and shit. So you can check that out. That's what I'm thinking of doing, just buying a bunch of those and putting them together. And what I was thinking as well is if you had enough of that scenery to make enough platforms to have a cool 1500 point battle on, you could just get like a 6x4 of like you know, like those fake furs where you can get like bright pink or purple or whatever. Just put a 6x4 of that down, and then put all the Eldar shit on top of it. It's just like, yeah, it's a crazy fucking devil world. Who knows? Like this part's fucking got like pink fur or pink grass growing. So you can make some cool alien looking table. Like, you know, it's all about how much effort you want to put into shit. You know, people will go, oh, I'll play a webway game and just use the same terrain on their kitchen table, or you can go and fucking build some specific terrain, and really fucking have a go at it. And I think like 30k people, like we've spent a lot of time like working on terrain as well as miniatures. So we've got some pretty fucking sick tables going around.
I have seen some pretty badass tables, and you guys have a fair bit of terrain as well, don't you? Hi, Horus.
Yeah. We've got terrain. Yeah. I've just been the last year or so. I haven't. I've been sort of working full time. So in my spare time, I've been going to my mum's house, and I've got a whole fucking massive just shed area where I've just been building terrain. So it's like with these battle mats and stuff, you know, like these printed mats like Fat Mats or Deep Cut Studios, Game Mat AU. There's a fuckload of them. TAOR.
Yeah.
Those mats are so sick, and it's like a terrain renaissance, man. You just basically just like sit on your couch with your iPhone and just shop for a fucking hot mat, and like, oh, look at that mat. That mat's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that, and then you buy it, and then you wait for that to come. While that's waiting to come, you start fucking thinking about what sort of terrain would I have on that mat, and then you just fucking put, you know, try and match the colors and fucking come up with some shit. Like those mats basically make any table look a shitload better. Like when we used to play fantasy, it was all like MDF tables, fucking rollered green with green paint, and then just like, you know, the Games Workshop hut thing, and like everybody, you know, all the usual shit. You know, here's a swamp, here's a little creek, weird creek thing that's way too high. Yeah,
so many good terrain options now between the mats to make a nice tabletop more accessible, but all the MDF and plastic stuff like the Mantic Battle Zone stuff. You can put together a nice like sci-fi building table for pretty cheap using that. Miniature scenery that Tim mentioned before. There's so many good options now.
There's some beautiful MDF terrain that you can get now. There's some Infinity stuff. Holy crap! It's like modular. It's like a 4-story building that you could take apart. Looks so dystopian. It was like $90 or something. So cheap. It was.
A lot of Infinity stuff is really cool if you want to do like a cool City Fight Centurion table. Infinity tables are sick for that.
There's two Australian things. This is Australian podcast. There's two really good Australian guys, which are miniaturescenery.com, which we do a lot of work with, and then also Knights of Dice. There's probably some other Australian ones out there. There's the two that I can think of, but both of them do fucking shit hot terrain. Knights of Dice.
Battlefield Accessories Australian.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
New Zealand. They might be New Zealand.
Yeah, but it's the same thing.
I think.
Well, if it's good, it's Australian. So they're Australian. But if it's not so good, like Ryan, it's New Zealander.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Like Russell Crowe. When Russell Crowe threw that telephone, we were all like, "Oh, nice, he's fucking."
Mate, all right, you guys are still everything good. Pavlova.
Sheep bucket, all the good shit.
Hey,
fucking animals.
That sheep was having the time of its life.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so there's like that's what I think anyway. There's like an awesome terrain renaissance going on, because you can pimp out a table like a mat. You can get a mat for about $125, like a really good one, and then spend another $125, and you got a whole shitload of buildings and things, like enough buildings to throw down to play like a decent sized large game. And then maybe spend like another $100 at some point and buy some more buildings, make it super dense, and then you can play fucking, you know, you can play Centurion games, you can play Infinity. Like one of the things that made me want to do like really dense terrain is just looking at those Infinity tables at CanCon or looking at them down the game store and just being like, holy shit, look at that scatter terrain, holy fuck! Like,
it looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just got so hard looking at stuff.
Yeah, so you just imagine like all your squads of dudes like fucking, this is like two hackers and a fucking dude jerking off something, whatever, shooting a rifle or whatever. But I'd look at that table and be like, oh, imagine like two like 20-man fucking hack marine squads fighting in that square. Like imagine like heavy sport marines up on that building, like fucking so much cover saves and shit.
It's so good.
Like, why can't we have that? Let's just do it. Yeah. So, and then once you've got that table, you can play Infinity. You can play. There's a ton of different games that you can play on that. Yeah. start exploring the different games, different systems.
Exploring all the fancy stuff. Oh man, well, it's certainly getting on for us here at AusHammer.
It's past Nathan's bedtime tonight.
It's past Nathan's bedtime. His wife may murder him.
No, mate. He got me up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I could walk my fat ass around a park. He's encouraging me to
This is true.
exercise.
He's definitely doing a good job.
He's earned his sleep.
definitely helping us. It's been a fantastic show, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your 30k knowledge with us.
Awesome, and I mean, anyone who's listening to this and you play 40k or Sigma Art and you're like, oh, those dudes are fucking, I hate those guys, they're elitist or whatever, just come and fucking talk to us. Like, I don't care. Like, you can come and like if you want to go in an event, and you don't have miniatures or whatever, if you're like 30 curious, then you know, like I feel like. Yeah,
we want people playing 30k. We'll happily help out. We'll provide miniatures.
Like,
we'll
so
talk shit.
We'll extra armies and things.
Point you towards good podcasts and good books to read. Like we want people in the hobby. So that's what it's about for us. It's not about kicking dicks in. It's about having a bunch of cool dudes to play with.
You hear that, Jamie? We can't play 30k, mate. I know you're right.
Oh yeah, you know, and here at AusHammer we also support the wider hobby community, and so you know, if you think 30k is going to be your thing, obviously there's some lads who are more than willing to help you out. If you're happy with sitting in your little 30k or 40k or Age of Sigmar bubble, I strongly suggest you get out and check out the other systems. It's all made by a great company that we all enjoy, and definitely get onto it.
I enjoy the hobby. Sometimes I really don't enjoy the company that makes me fork out so much money for it. But
the tough life.
Also, in the description of this video is a link to the club page where Nathan hails from, and also the Horus podcast. If you guys haven't checked out Horus yet, make sure you do. It's funny as hell.
You got hours and hours to throw away. Like,
well, it's good because like it takes me an hour to drive to work and an hour to drive back. So I've listened to you guys more often than I care to admit for a guy who's never had a game of 30k.
You could drive to work for a whole week on some of our episodes. Like I think our last episode at the end of the year was like 8.5 hours long or something. So
open war. It was just basically a whole bunch of dudes talking shit while drinking beer at open war.
Yeah, we should do like drunk 30k with you guys, where we all just get like, it'll be like drunk history, except it'll just be talking about Warhammer and
drunk future history.
Yeah, we can do that.
Organize it for a Friday night, man, and like I was having some nice wild turkey here, so
we can absolutely smash that. But for all of those,
you guys should come play at one of Nathan's events. Come play one of Nathan's events. They're awesome. They're at a bar.
Oh, they're at a bar. We're gonna do it.
I was at the last one.
Yeah, but you were playing some weird-looking game with handgunners and
it's called Age of Sigmar.
Lizards and
all right.
And things that aren't real, not like future space robot people
killing
each other over false gods.
30k is like 30k is recreation of historical events, historical future events.
Yeah, it's not too distant future. Just what you can see for now.
Do you have to, at the start of your game, say that these tables may contain miniatures that are identical to people who may have died?
Oh, people who may exist in the future. Yeah, we always say that. That's a disclaimer.
So technically our descendants, I guess. Maybe. If we don't get, like, killed off in the the Dark Age, or I can't remember where we're at.
Age of Strife.
Age of Strife. Probably happen. I feel like
we're doing pretty well to make it till then. That's another 18,000 years or so away.
I think Ryan's going to be somehow the catalyst of the Age of Strife. I'm just saying he's pretty shit like that.
There's another ice age. Yeah, there's another ice age in between us and like the proper like humanity that goes on to conquer the stars. So everything we do is useless. Everything we do is worthless. Ice is going to swallow the world.
They've invented a sleeve to go over the heart so that it can make it pump blood forever, so never stop beating. Yet I play a YouTube video on my fucking mobile phone and I can't minimize YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know why that is? It's because of YouTube Red. If you buy YouTube Red,
Yeah, it's good to go.
you pay for it,
Fuck
then
this
you can
technology.
stream. Then you
You
can
can make
stream in the
money.
background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's what
pretty-
YouTube did. You used to be able to, and then YouTube went, "Oh no, that's something we can squeeze money out of people for."
They don't
They
need
did.
to. My missus has a Google Home Mini. It needs one of those subscriptions already, and I still can't minimize my phone. Fuck you, technology.
I don't know
Anyway,
what to tell you.
rant over.
Anyway, look, for everyone who joined us in the chat tonight, thank you very, very much for all of your stuff, including the 15-year-old edgelord who decided to jump in and throw some trolley crap around.
Clearly
Thank
a
you.
9th age
You
player.
are so original. I am inspired to rage against the machine and listen to more pop metal or whatever the fuck it is that you're on at the moment.
Yeah, shout out to
Please
shout
by
out
all
to-
means join us
It's
in
one
our
of the
next
ninth
cast.
age players that blacked out, caused a
Yeah, so
blackout
we can-
at Tim's place.
I think
so
it's
we
probably
can meet
I
you again.
think it was Cat.
This cat.
It was
Probably.
definitely very exciting. But anyway, look, this is us. Join us next week. We have got Graham McNeil on. Wait, Ryan, do we have Graham McNeil on next week?
You absolutely hopeless son of a bitch.
Oh, fucking, I don't know our goddamn calendar. Also, Ryan and myself will be on Warhammer Weekly this Thursday. Should be very exciting. Talking about basically AusHammer and how apparently well liked we are because we won an award or some crap. Who knows?
You only won it. We only won it because we wanted to see that hurricane and microwaved.
Yeah, this is true. This hurricane will still probably be microwave. We might start a GoFundMe account. Who knows? Like, raise it for orphan burn victims or something. I don't know. Something ironic. Something terrible. Anyway, that's it from us at AusHammer. It's been an absolute blast. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to
Yeah,
talk about.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Tim, Nathan, you guys have been an absolute blast teaching us through 30K.
Well, speak for yourself. I think they've been probably slightly above average.
Yeah, tune in next week, same time, hopefully on time. No promises. Anyway, that's it from AusHammer. We are going to go unlive. Yeah, as soon as Ryan presses the button.
Okay, yeah, it's Brynley here taking you guys out. I love you all very much.
Fuck up.
Check it out, I've got a penis hanging from my head.
Oh, God.